Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today it is David Go, creator of Endogenesis, and we are Table Crashers. This is episode 29. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. So to really start out, I'm super excited about this project. I went every week. I usually hit up. I'm not going to kid myself. Every day I hit up Kickstarter and I look at what's new and what's going on in Kickstarter, what kind of projects are hitting. And this one really caught my eye. The art's phenomenal. The gameplay is really interesting. There's a lot of mechanics that I love as a player. Some take that stuff. Some machine building where you're building from a starting hand to something bigger. There's just some really amazing things. So today with us is David Go, again the creator and designer of this game Endogenesis. So David, how are you today?
Hey man, I'm doing great. What about you?
I'm doing okay. Right. Crazy day. My family's driving me nuts, the usual stuff. So you're located in Singapore, is that correct?
Yes.
And how's it over there? Good weather right now?
Right now, actually, yeah, better than most days.
Yeah, we had a lot of flooding here.
Oh, yikes!
Yeah,
sorry to hear that.
Just crazy.
Right.
But yeah, so things are good over there in Singapore. So I'm going to go ahead and start asking a few questions here about what you do. So first off, the art really caught my eye. So I'm going to ask, do you have a muse? Essentially something from your past that you return to that allows you to generate the high level of creativity I see in the drawings you've done in this game, and also within your artistic portfolio. How do you, excuse me, how do you do that?
Well, I wouldn't say that I would that I have a muse that I go back to all the time. But what does happen is that I get inspired by a lot of things that I encounter. Be they games, stories, or movies. Right. So I'm very focused on the way that the way that media makes me feel. And like, for example, if I encounter a story or a game that captivates me, that provokes an emotional response that sticks with me for a long time,
right?
I feel very inclined to dig deep and find out why exactly I was so captivated by that medium. Because I'm very introspective. So when I'm exposed to something like that incites an emotional response from me,
of course,
I feel the need to dig deep and to learn more about why that works, and in doing so I can learn more about myself as well. Yeah, if that makes sense.
It does. So you have, I mean, you mentioned that multiple forms of medium that draw you, that give you this inspiration. What would you say, outside of obviously board games, what would you say that your strongest medium that you draw inspiration from is?
I would say the highest would be probably video games.
Okay.
Coming second will be movies.
Yeah. So what's your favorite video game?
Well, my all-time
video game series.
Okay, that's got two different answers for that. My all-time favorite video game would be a game called Chrono Trigger. It's a very old SNES game, but it's something that I love, and I like play it like once every year or once every 2 years.
It's like an annual game for you, so you go back to it and bring it out.
I love it a lot. Whereas if you're talking about a favorite game series, I would say Mass Effect would be my favorite game series, because I just love the trilogy of games. I just love the storytelling. I love the themes.
Excellent.
Yeah. Excellent. But Mass Effect is way too. I mean, the 3 games are way too long to play back to back every year. If
so
I'm if you're gonna be playing Mass Effect and Chrono Trigger every year, I'm not gonna get anything done. Although I'll be leading a very happy life.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So it sort of leads us to the next question here. My wife is a huge mashup and custom T-shirt fan, and so am I. But could you describe your experience working with Redbubble? For those of you who are watching, Redbubble is basically a website where artists could independently post their work, and it's printed onto T-shirts and stuff like that. But you see some really creative stuff happening there. So what's your experience like, and do you have any advice for any kind of like artists that are looking to get their work out there? Is it a good way to do that?
Well, it's a really fun experience. The great thing about Redbubble is that it's incredibly user friendly. Their website is really easy to use, and you can. Well, it's very flexible. It's very user friendly, so you can get your work out there in seconds. And
Right.
I mean, the great part about working in that field was being able to connect my audience. You know, to well, sort of see the way they react to my work, and
Correct.
have them comment on it, and like discuss with them like what else could I work on and stuff like that. So it's been a really great experience. But in terms of say Redbubble, sometimes every now and then there are like sort of like bandwaves when it comes to mashup stuff, because when you're doing mashup, it's kind of a gray area in terms of copyright. And sometimes,
so real quick, yeah, let me explain, because people might not understand the concept of a mashup art piece.
Right.
Basically, where you take two themes and mash them up. I mean, it's kind of obvious, but in this case, let's say it's like Doctor Who with like an old time travel movie, or basically you're taking two really popular themes and you're just smashing them into one and making an art piece that combines the two. I had one with Doctor Who's TARDIS in the middle of like Morlocks from what's that, Jules Verne? I forget. Anyway, but that's what a mashup is. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no problem. It's fine. Yeah. So sometimes there'll be DMCA takedowns.
I didn't realize.
And stuff. That happens quite commonly from what I've heard. So it's a bit tricky. It's a bit tricky if you're gonna do that as a living, because
right,
it's kind of unstable.
I can see that. The financial compensation at the end of some of those creative pieces isn't always there. You know, you'll have some that hit, some that don't, and sometimes the ones that get hit too well, and you get a DMCA takedown.
Pretty much, yeah, you got that right. That's it, pretty much. Yeah.
So you want it to be good, but not that good. Is basically is what you're aiming for.
You want to be so good that the companies that want to sue you choose to license your work instead. That is the holy grail. Yeah,
okay.
But very few artists actually reach those heights.
What is just real quick? What is your username on Redbubble, like, so people can look up your art?
Oh, I think it's David Go 2099.
Okay.
Let me check real quick. Yeah.
But anyway,
I think that's it.
That helps you guys expand, as you can see more of his portfolio with the art that you see on the cards. So again, tied in, were you actually commissioned for any of those movie posters that I saw, like movie tie-ins for, or was it something that you just did?
No, none of them were tie-ins or commission or anything. It's just mostly done for fun. Most of them came about after, right after I watched the movie, and in the movie that in some movies there are just amazing scenes that
of course,
well, that the movie is just built around, and sometimes I look at them and I feel inspired to create a poster around capturing that scene.
Right, and one thing you do in your art, and you also do it in your board game, is the foreground is normally the silhouette of a main character or a theme, and then within the silhouette is a lush landscape, or maybe that scene that you described. The background of what's happening in the scene that you love from that movie is being represented within the silhouette of the character itself, which is pretty powerful stuff. And like I said, you see it in the game, you see it also in your art on Redbubble and through Behance and your other portfolios. So it's definitely something that you've sort of trademarked on yourself. That's the way you represent your art, and I love it.
Thank you.
So we know you're an amazing artist, right? I mean, we're not here to talk completely about the art, because it's a component of the board game, but how did you get into designing games? What was the jump for you to go from, graphic artist to board game designer?
Well, I've actually always wanted to be a game designer ever since I was like 15 years old. I think 15 years old was when I started playing Chrono Trigger. So there's a connection there.
There we go. Boom. Chrono Trigger. That's your muse right there. Chrono Trigger is. If anybody asks you in the future, what's your muse? Chrono Trigger.
Yeah. So I've always wanted to design games, but when it came time to choose like a specialization for educational purposes, I did end up going to graphic design and illustration, because back then there wasn't much options for game design in the educational institutes.
In education, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess you could say that I'm taking a sort of a roundabout path. That
Okay.
I'm a professional graphic designer. I'm a professional illustrator, but on my free time, I'm still working at my dream of creating games and stuff.
Excellent.
Yeah,
So your main profession right now is it within graphic design? That's what you do professionally?
Correct. That's true.
Excellent. So the portfolio stuff is still hobby stuff that we see. The rest of your stuff is like things you've done for companies, and I saw a lot of like really cool vector art that you did as well.
Yeah, pretty much.
Got it. So what were your influences behind the core theme and some of the cards that are in this game? And we can hold off on the card stuff because we'll talk about them when we get into the game. But the theme of the game, to describe it real quick, we're all gods, small g gods, that are fighting each other for command of the universe. We want to be the only god over everything. And at first, we all sort of floated in the ether, and we were all happy. There was a veritable Eden in our universe. And then all of a sudden, boom, we realized that one of us could be the strongest. And in doing that, we tasted the forbidden fruit, let's say, and we started, competing with each other. And as we competed with each other, other life forms sort of spawned into that universe and are now influencing us in ways that are evil. And that's how we fight each other, and we become the most powerful in the universe. That's some pretty heady stuff. Where did that influence come from? And tell me about it.
Right. So before I created the theme, what came first were the 5 skill categories. Because when you look at the cards, you will see that the skills come from different realms. There is the cosmic, mechanic, mythic, organic, and entropic. So that came first. I knew I wanted 5 very different sort of realities or realms to be represented. So after that, when I was building on the lore and on the story, which I did with a friend of mine named Ryan, we needed a setting where all these realms could be part of the story. So that's how we came out with the lore, the origin behind Endogenesis. Whereas as to why we chose this particular type of story, it's because I really like creation myths. I just love the symbology of creation myths and how there's a sense of profound truth behind some of them. So I wanted to give it a shot building one for Endogenesis. So I guess it turned out being a little bit heady, a little bit heavy.
Well, but I mean, honestly, the art brings it down to, because the art grounds you in the design with this game. You don't really think about, and when we get into it, you guys are going to see. But the monsters you're fighting, everything like that, you sort of forget that you're this omniscient, or supposed to be this omniscient being, and omnipotent, all the O's. but you forget that, and you're grinding through and fighting each other and fighting the monsters that come up. But what's cool is, like you said, you get some really profound lessons from that overall story. That once greed and competition come into it, it creates chaos, just like in our lives, right?
Pretty much.
So for you, what was the most rewarding part of the design process?
Okay, so Endogenesis started out as a game that I was bringing to board game night with my friends. Like that's pretty much how all my games start.
And how often do you do board game night? Is it like a weekly thing, or what do you do?
Well, we used to do it weekly, but I mean, in the past few months, I've had to sort of stop going because I've been really busy with the campaign. But yeah, it's usually weekly, and so whenever I create games, it starts out as being something that I just want to create for my friends, something that my friends will enjoy.
Right.
and if it's something that they feel could become more, then that's
Mhm.
great. If not, it's fine. So I would say the most rewarding part of the process was seeing that seeing my friends enjoying it so much that they felt like it had potential.
Yep.
They felt that, you know, like it's something that I should bring it out and show it to more people. So I would say that that combined by the fact that, you know, like having been able to show the game to so many people and hearing their feedback and hearing how they respond to the game has been the most rewarding part of the process, because while I've created quite a few prototypes,
Mhm.
I've created like demos for video games and
So
board games
so
and
what version
prototypes.
is this game in
Right
that
now
we've
it's
seen?
like it's like version 6. There have been 6
Okay.
major revisions. Yeah.
And when
So
did you
yeah,
start working on it? Actually, how long ago did you start working on it?
wow. I think I would say 2.5 years ago.
Okay, that's not bad. 6 versions in
Yeah,
2 years. I mean, that's a lot of work you put in there.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's so I've been I created a lot of stuff, but for Endogenesis, it's possibly my most public creation.
Okay.
So seeing the feedback and suggestions and all the ideas that people have been giving, I would say that is the most rewarding part of the process. Yeah.
Of course. Of course. Do you feel you grew in any way from this experience so far?
Yeah, definitely. I would say that because I've been given a lot of feedback, a lot of ideas, I've grown in the sense that I've been able to process feedback a lot better,
Mhm.
because there is a lot of intricacies when it comes to accepting feedback. You can't just listen
Yes.
to everyone, you know, because
Yes.
you can't please everyone. So, like one of the things that I've realized is that you have to consider the way that the data is gained. Like for example, I mean, obviously you have to account for how many times your playtesters have played the game.
Yep.
You have to account for the background of your playtesters. You know, like if they naturally like certain kinds of games, if
Correct.
they hate other kinds of games and stuff like that. So taking all these into account, you can then decide how to process and understand the feedback that you've been given.
Essentially,
So,
you learn to not take it personally, because I think
yeah, pretty much.
initially what happens for most people that start into design, you know, you have this amazing, it's your baby, you know,
Yeah.
you're putting something out there that, you know, it carries a little bit of your soul in it, and you know, people laugh because it's a board game, but at the same time, you know, there's aspects of that game that you poured into it, the time you spent in it, but the way it draws from your past and what you're trying to replicate in that board game. If somebody like just, you know, gives you feedback that completely goes counter to what you were looking to do, it takes a second. You know, the first time I got bad feedback on something I did like this, I came home and I was like talking to my wife, and I was like legit angry. I was like, how could they even say that? Like,
Yeah.
how could they not understand what I'm doing with this? And it takes a little while to, and because I mean, and she's really bright, so she said, hey, you know, stop. They're just trying to help you. And when you accept that, you know, and you don't have to do everything that people tell you to do too. You know, finding the right filter when you're a designer, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Is very important. You know, you're going to get thousands and thousands of things that people are going to tell you will make your game the best game ever, but you can't practically incorporate all those ideas into the game, and then it's not your game anymore anyway, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. So before we jump into the game, 2 really quick questions for you. What are your favorite board games, or what is your favorite board game?
All right. I guess it's kind of I have 3 that situation. Like for a game between just my wife and I really like Jaipa, because
Which one?
I
I'm
feel
sorry.
like Jaipa. It's a trading game.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's
I've never played it, so
right. Okay. So it's a game where you are trading for like spices, gold, silver, and stuff. It's played between 2 players, and what I really like about it is that it's very elegant in the way that it's.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Done. Yep. As for party games, I think Sushi Go.
Oh,
It's really good.
sorry. Yeah. Okay. Now I see it.
Yeah.
Sushi Go is definitely a good party game. Yes, I agree.
Yeah. Sushi Go is pretty great. And as for a little bit heavier on the heavier side, I like Marvel Legendary.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We've actually been playing the I think the variant, the super villains version of it. It's really fun.
Yeah, it's a lot more complicated on that end too. The super villain.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So I would say these three are the games that I've been that I really like because I played them a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is your favorite mechanic or mechanics within a board games? Like, what do you like that the designer makes you do, or actions that you take in a board game?
So I really like RPG mechanics where you're collecting items and equipments and like stat points. I really like the feeling of being able to build something from scratch, and something you start out weak, but as you gain power, you become incredibly powerful, and you're just like steamrolling everything. I've been playing like video RPGs for a long time, so I've gotten used to that experience. And I really like it when a board game can replicate that experience, or even add to it creatively. So that's one. Those are a group of mechanics that I like. I would say that I also love games that manage to do asymmetric gameplay well.
Yes, yeah, I'm a big fan of those as well.
Yeah. So I recently tried Rise of Moloch, where one of the players is like the dungeon master. So like Rise of Moloch, you're playing an adventure, and then I think like 3 or 4 other players play a character where you have objectives to fulfill, and one player handles the actions of all the bad guys in the game. So that's a really fun experience.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But it gives you that RPG feel. They're the bad guys. You're a team of players that are trying to get through the bad guys, and that's a cool concept. I like that.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and jump to the table. So we are again going to be playing Endogenesis with the creator David Go, and Gil is going to be here at the table with us. Hi, Gil.
Yeah, hello, Gil.
Hi, Gil.
I'm doing good. Ready to destroy Will?
Yeah, well, I mean that's the main target here, isn't it? Come on now.
The only advantage I have over Will that I'm a actual god. Other than that, I don't know anything.
All right, small G god, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and start this off. So basically, I'll go ahead and give a brief explanation of what we're looking at, and then David will edit me if I get anything wrong, which is entirely possible. So what you see in the middle of the table is the main game board. There are different types of cards. So Matt's going to be trying to follow my hand around here, my blue hand. The Realm of Knowledge is going to be where we gain cards from. And they're basically how our little player table or player boards, I'm at the red one here, Matt. The player boards are actually set up. So you can see in the player board, each player has their maximum health, which all of us start at 3. And this is actually a really cool component. David, is this going to be like Final 2, or are there going to be 2-pieced components like this?
Yeah, this is how it looks like in the final version of the game.
Yeah, it's a really cool concept. So basically, your maximum health is marked by this bottom marker, and then any changes on your health level move with the top marker, which is really, really neat. But all players start with 3 health. As the game progresses, all players are going to start with 4 cards in their hand, and then the cards can be played and to give you skills. Now this one is an artifact, so it's a one-time use type situation that will trigger you to get more energy. We'll get into that in just a moment. So the overall theme here is we are gods battling, like I mentioned before, and we're going to be fighting things that happen in the middle here. So this is the realm of chaos. And in the realm of chaos, there are distortions, events, and monsters we're going to fight. So this right here is a distortion. And what basically happens is when the next monster dies, so the distortion goes up into the distortion field. When a monster comes up, and this is a legendary one, oh great. When this monster dies, we're going to take the killer who kills that monster is going to take 5 damage. Now, we already see we start at 3 damage. So this combination early game is pretty rough. But it's kind of the way this works out. There's a lot of random generation that happens between the realm of chaos and the realm of knowledge that you get with your skills. And then some events that might come up. That's another distortion. But we'll discuss those as they come up throughout the game here tonight. But those are the 3 types of cards you will encounter: the distortions, monsters, and events. I'm sorry, I'm going to try to get this card back. Tabletopia does not always cooperate. The other thing that you're going to be looking at is the Realm of Wonders, and could you give me a brief explanation of that, David? The Realm of Wonder.
Right. So for the cards from the Realm of Wonder, you only draw them when you've upgraded your maximum health up to certain points. So when you look at your health cards, you see that at the numbers 5, 10, and 15, where they should be is this little icon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when you've upgraded a max health, say to number 5, you will then draw a Realm of Wonder card into your hand.
Okay.
And Wonder cards are really powerful because unlike skills that you equip to your character and you pay energy to use them, Wonder cards can be played immediately from hand, and they produce very powerful effects.
Okay, let's take a look at this guy. So this one is called Godslayer. It's a wonder, obviously. Deal 2 damage to a player. Deal 3 more damage if they have a class card. Deal 4 more damage if they each have, for each prism that they have more than you. Yeah. Prisms are the win condition in this game. You collect them when you kill enemies. Are there any other events that trigger a prism, or is it just by destroying enemies pile?
You can only get them by destroying legendary monsters. Yeah. Got
it. So those prisms are a hot commodity, and if another player is winning the game, essentially, you get to knock them out. The other thing I'll mention, death in this game it could be frequent. And there's penalization for death in the game. If you die early on, meaning that if you have these little prisms here, if you have no prisms, then the only penalty if you have no prisms is you discard 1 card of knowledge in your hand and place it into the discard. If when your turn comes back around, so if you die in the middle of your turn, your turn's over, and then you have to wait till your next turn for your life to go up to maximum. But your life continues to go back to maximum whenever you die on the following round. The next thing that can happen, if you have 1 prism, and correct me if I'm wrong here, David, if you have 1 prism, then you will lose your action phase on your turn.
Correct.
So when you die, if you have 1 prism, you come back to life next turn, but you can't take any actions during your action phase.
Well, you actually come back to life on the turn after, but you can't take any. But so on the turn that you're dead, you can't do anything because you're dead.
Okay.
You will still draw 2 cards at the start of the turn.
Okay.
But then that's all you do.
That's the turn.
And then you come back to life on the turn after.
And then if you have 2 prisms, meaning you only need 1 more prism to win the game, and you die, then you lose a knowledge card, and you lose the ability to take any actions other than drawing 2 cards on your turn.
Yeah.
But you always go back to whatever your full life is.
Yes.
The blue shards on the bottom of the table here are used for either leveling up skill cards or removing them altogether and moving your health up 1 marker. From levels 1 through 10, it only costs 1 shard to level up. From 11 through 15, it costs 2 shards to level up. And then the last thing you could go for is certain cards in here will allow you to pull a class card. Class cards basically are synergy cards. So if all of your skills and your ultimate follow the same color or type, for example, Soul Eater is part of the entropic skills. So if your entropic skills, if you have 4 entropic skills, you can become the Soul Eater, which immediately rewards you by drawing until you have 7 cards. And your passive is whenever you kill a player with your entropic skill, with an entropic skill, their corpse explodes, dealing 2 damage to the monster that's on the table. So that's pretty crazy stuff. And again, we'll get into it now. We'll get into the game now so that you guys can sort of see how it all operates when we're in a full play. So who's going to start? How does this work? What's the theme for starting player? Is there anyone, David?
Maybe you want to, before we start, you want to explain the
cards themselves.
Discard the cards themselves, so people understand when we play a card, the two numbers that are there.
Yes. So if we look at this is a cosmic type card. So the type is in the upper left. The upper right is the amount of power we will gain to cast other cards. So we will discard this card and not place it on our player table to gain that amount of power to be able to cast any type of skills. This symbol here, the 4, is how much we would have to pay to activate this skill. Now, the cool thing is this is what's called a reactive card. Whereas, let me just move these cards here real quick. Whereas this Echo card is an activation card. So during your turn, you will activate Echo for 3 energy. But on your turn, when it's not your turn and you've been attacked, you can use this warp ability. It states here, can be used even if you're not the target. So if you're not the target of whoever's being attacked at that point in time, you can redirect the effects of a skill against any player to a monster, or against any monster to a player. So rather than letting somebody get that reward for killing the monster, you can redirect it and send it to another player at the table. Pretty cool stuff. As again, the bottom of the card here you see is once you put X amount of shards into the skill, then for example, this one, the cost goes down to 2 and then 1. And so rather than 3, it goes down to 2 and then 1. So if there's 4 shards leveled up, it only costs you 1 skill to use that in a given turn. Warp starts at 4, and with 3 shards in it goes down to 2. And if you don't have the ability to play cards in your hand when a reactive card comes out, then you can't play it. You can't react. And then we'll get into artifacts and everything like that when we get into the game here. Sound good, guys? You ready to go?
Right.
Yeah. Maximum 7 cards in your hand. You have
That's
to
correct.
discard down to 7.
All of us are going to start with 4 each in our hand. So I am going to deal out 4 to everybody. And I'm going to shuffle the monster deck here too. And I guess I should probably shuffle the Realm of Wonder, because I know what Gil was doing when I was explaining everything here. So, first player, since Gil is the self-proclaimed god at the table, Gil, why don't you take the first turn, my friend?
No, I can't take the first turn. I want to see a turn going around.
Okay,
I only read the rules once, so
okay, that's fine. I'll take the first turn.
I'm not that confident.
Actually, before anyone takes turns,
okay,
we have to sort of customize our characters. So
you
can do that
by.
Before the game starts, we can customize our characters by equipping skills and spending shards.
Oh,
so
that can happen right now.
Yeah, everyone does this right before the game starts.
Okay.
So with the 4 cards that you've been given,
yes.
You want to equip any skills that you have been given.
Oh, and that's right. We can also discard any we want and draw one time.
Yeah,
right now.
You can. It's like a mulligan.
Okay, got it. So, interesting.
So I'm just going to start out by equipping like a few skills, and I'm going to discard two cards.
Yep, I'm going to do same.
Oops. Yeah, and then in doing so, I will I will draw 2 cards.
Okay.
Go.
Wow, that's pretty powerful.
So the reactive cards, do I play face up as well?
Reactive cards are placed face down.
Face down, played face down, yeah.
Nobody saw that. Oh.
No, I actually didn't, so we're okay. I am discarding 1 card, and I'm going to draw 1 card.
So Gil, I see you've equipped a ultimate skill on the 3rd slot, Meteor Storm.
Oh, that was my fault. That's me. That's not Gil.
Oh, you're right. Sorry, yeah.
You didn't see that.
So ultimates are only meant to be equipped on your last slot.
Only if you have 3, you have to have 3 skills before you're able to use those cards, right?
Correct. Yep. That's it.
So looking at what I see on the table right now, so David, you only have put out one card that's a reactive card. Is that correct? No, that's Gil. Sorry, Gil's in between us. So you put out 2 that are active abilities. I put out 3, that are active abilities. Do you want to sort of walk us through your initial setup here? Like what do you don't have to go through. Oh, you can actually level them up now too. You can use your
you can equip skills. You can level up your health or your skills. You can do this right at the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's so that you don't start out empty, right? Like all good stuff.
Got it. Okay, so what I am doing on my table over here.
So when you discard a card, you get the number on the top. You get, other than pay, what you get for the cards you discard. Other use as. So
that up in the top right, if there's a cost or there's an amount up there, that's a payment amount. When you discard that card during your turn, you just put it off to the side of your board initially. I say it that way because it helps me track the mana, but I basically, or power, I should say. I place that card off to the right so I can see how much total I have for the turn to use, and then as I use them, I'll put them in a discard.
But other than payment, my question is, like, I just saw Dave discard 2 cards.
Yes.
What did that give you back? Just more cards?
Well, yeah, because in the beginning of the game, you get to sort of make your initial build, and what he's able, every card you discard in the beginning of the game, you get to draw 1 card back.
Yeah, it's like a mulligan phase.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
And then that. Okay, and then you could apply. You can either get rid of the shards altogether on your skill.
I'm gonna go up there. 1.
Okay, got it.
1 more, and then I go on. Do I collect a wonder right away?
If you go up to 5 health, yeah, you
go ahead.
You get a wonder card.
Get your wonder, sir.
Yep. So I'm going to do the same thing as Gil. I'm upgrading my health to 5, so I get a wonder card as well. So. All right.
Hacks are on this table. Anybody?
If you look at my 2 cards there, I see like one has the shards separate, the other one has kind of in there.
Yes.
What's the difference between the meaning of the shard icons in there?
Where are you looking here?
My mechanic cards. There's 2 mechanic cards.
This one is an ultimate, so you won't be able to put this out right now.
Oh, it's the ultimate. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Even talk about that.
That basically means because the ultimate has 2 slots there. That's why. That's why it's doubled. Nothing to see here, guys. Okay, so is everybody ready to begin the game?
Yeah, I'm ready.
No, but go ahead.
Not ready? Are you sure?
Just kidding.
Are you sure? Okay, so first thing that happens is, since I'm going first, I get to get a card from the Realm of Chaos. Right. And the card is going to be a distortion called Amnesia. Whenever a player ends their turn, they must discard a Realm of Knowledge card from their hand. Well, that sucks. Ends if a player runs out of cards in hand. I guess that's not bad then, because it might actually end this turn because of the situation. So that stays on the field, and then we are fighting a legendary Spartoise Spectre.
So this legendary has an ability called Mercy, because this monster is actually one of the strongest ones in the game.
Okay, so good.
To avoid a situation where we have to defeat it right at the beginning, it will check for if anyone has at least 10 max health. As you can read here, it has Mercy. It says Mercy below 10 max health.
Okay.
So if no one fulfills this condition, what happens is that it goes right to the bottom of the Realm of Chaos deck.
Oh, so he just goes. He's not.
Yeah, so he just leaves and he comes back later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. So he takes pity on our souls because we're weak.
Yeah. Is there a way to put the card at the bottom of the
Well, I'm working on it.
Right.
I think I should be able to select them all, but it's not letting me here. I'm trying.
Yeah.
I did that. Hold on one sec. You could, somebody else can try, but it will not let me click
No.
deck. Let me.
No, if you click twice, it unlocks the cards.
Hold on.
It's fine to maybe shuffle it back in as well, just for the.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. So that's a good idea. We'll just shuffle it in. Shuffle. Okay, and so we get Phobos. So the reaction of Phobos: attacker discards a card. Is that anytime somebody attacks? Oh yeah, it would be. Anytime somebody attacks Phobos, the attacker discards a card. Death Cry. Each player draws a card into their hand and then takes damage equal to the value. So when this thing dies, every single one of us around the table takes a card in our hand, and then we take the damage equal to the value in the top right corner of that card. Ouch. Interesting. And it's only at 5 health. So we move the monster tracker, health tracker to 5. And now away we go. So I am left with only 1 card in my hand after my setup here. I am going to...
wait, hold on. Sorry. So at the start of your turn, you start your turn by drawing 2 cards into your hand.
Oh, yep. Sorry.
Right.
I forgot that. Take 2 cards. Now I feel better about what I'm going to be doing here. Okay. So I am going to start by I'm going to use the Bow of Artemis, and its reaction. I have to discard a card, aren't I?
Yeah, but only.
It's fine. Go ahead.
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
Oh, it only reacts to the first skill that you use during your turn,
which will be this. Yeah. So I'm gonna play a card. I'm gonna discard a card that's worth 3 in the top right corner here. So I'm gonna move. I'll put it right here. This is the card I'm discarding. Okay. I am activating the Bow of Artemis skill. So I'm gonna move that card to show that I'm activating it. Okay. If it hits, I will deal 1 damage, and as long as I deal 1 damage to the target, that target becomes marked. So I hit for 1 damage, basically. Now the card I'm discarding is worth 3, so I get to keep that power in a pool of power until I spend all of it. So I have 2 power remaining. But we have to remember the Phobos that I just fought, his reaction, I have to get rid of a card in my hand, which I'm going to do. This card is going to go into the discard. So I hit for 1 damage, and now I'm going to activate my Sword of Ryu. It's going to deal 2 damage plus deal 1 additional damage if the target's marked, but I leveled it up, so it's going to be an additional 2 damage. So I am going to be doing 4 damage to Phobos.
So
and
4 damage with the first one you did, or this card is doing 4 damage?
It's doing 4 additional damage. So Sword of Ryu is doing 4 additional damage to Phobos, which will kill it.
Yep.
So it's 2 from that the card does, plus 1 for because it's marked.
Well, yeah.
Where's the third one coming from?
So the first damage was from the Bow of Artemis.
Oh,
right?
okay, that's why. Okay.
The second attack, Sword of Ryu, I deal 2 plus not only plus 1, it's plus 2 because I leveled this card up to level 2.
Oh, I see down there.
Okay. And so the 4 damage I'm doing will kill Phobos. And when Phobos dies, little death neigh, I guess, right? So I gain. So Death Cry happens first, then I gain the reward. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
In order. So Death Cry is going to happen. Each player now draws a card to their hand. So I can draw another first, then Gil.
So you have to show everyone what the card is because you're going to be taking damage from its energy value.
What am I taking? What am I doing?
Because for Phobos allows you to draw a card, correct?
Yes.
But you also take damage based off its energy value.
That's correct. And the energy value I drew was 3. So now I'm going to take 3 damage from Phobos.
Right.
Dropping me to 1 health. Gil, what did you draw?
What did I draw? I draw 1. Do I have to show my card?
Well, no, you have to, because we have to know. So you take 1 damage from Phobos. And David, what did you draw?
I drew a 3, so I'm down to 2.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good stuff. You're at 0. You're at 0.
At 1. So,
you're at 1.
So 0 is actually off of the mat.
Okay.
So death doesn't occur until it goes off of the mat.
So I'm at 5, but I only lose this
1.
All right.
Correct. That's correct.
Not the
I now gain the reward, which is another card and 2 shards.
Correct.
So I gain 2 shards. They'll go in my unused shards, and I gain another card. Now, shards. There is no cleanup phase or anything, so shards can be added or subtracted at any. Well, not subtracted, but added at any given point in time. Correct, David?
Right. Correct.
Now,
so go ahead, Gil.
Could I have used my mechanic card to divert this damage I just took?
You could have, yes.
You can. Yeah.
And you can make me very angry by doing so.
Yeah, so I would do that.
Okay, so
now
Gil,
I can now use this card here that I just draw, or can I use that card?
No, you cannot place that yet. And then when you place it,
no. I mean, I need to discard 2 to be able to use that power.
Oh yeah. You can use that. Yeah. You can use the energy that.
So I'm discarding those 2. Now I'm gonna take the damage. I don't want to lose that other card.
Okay, got it.
All right, so you're gonna go back down to 4, right? Yeah.
Right. One other important note, everybody. The reason I said at the beginning of the game we have to set up our boards before the first turn. It's because when you play a skill onto your board, it has basically what most people would call summoning sickness. You can't actually activate it on that turn. You have to wait till your next round or next turn to be able to activate that card. So when you do the initial setup of your board, it gives you all those abilities right on turn 1. Right?
Right.
Now this sword of Ryu that I used, so this little death pony is going to stay here in the discard. That's dead. We now, it's still my turn. And go ahead.
Sorry, it's your turn, but your turn is suspended because the one thing about this game is that there must always be a living monster active. So the moment you kill a monster, you have to start drawing cards from the realm of chaos.
Well, correct.
Until there is another monster.
Again. Yeah. So my turn. When you say it's suspended, we have to draw and see what comes up next.
Correct. Yeah.
So it's a legendary.
Yeah, but this one has mercy as well. So you just shuffle it back in, I guess.
Okay, so another mercy, Il Diablo. That's a mercy mechanic. We're going to go ahead and shuffle one more time here.
Yeah.
Normally, you would be putting them at the bottom of the deck. So
correct.
Unicorn. Wow,
that's a really good one.
Little horse theme. So again, 5 health on this enemy. My turn is no longer suspended. I could actually jump into action again.
Yeah, but hold on. The unicorn has a initiative ability. So when you read it, it says initiative restores 3 health to the active player. So you actually go back to 1 + 3. You actually go back to full health.
What?
Yeah.
Yay, unicorn! High five, unicorn!
So that's really lucky. So your turn can continue now.
Yeah. So basically, when we look at these cards, you're always looking at the enemy. Then you go to your board, and then all the other stuff. So, looking at my situation here, I am going to untap my sword because this has an ability where, if I'm going to use it now, I could use it again, but it's at an extra 1 energy now to activate it. So instead of 2, it's going to cost me 3. I can untap it again. Instead of 3, it's going to cost me 4 to activate it, and so forth. So now this ability costs me 3 to activate. Let me just take a quick look here.
I think you probably won't be able to kill it.
This is what? It's
5 health.
We'll see. I'm gonna play this, which gives me 1 energy, and I get to draw another card. and this is an artifact. So the artifact is pretty much exactly what it says. So I'm playing that. I gain one power, and then I draw a card. It's going to be close, maybe. What do we got going on? Deal 2. Oh, it's not marked, though. You're right. That is the question, isn't it? I'm going to go ahead and equip. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and equip Mimic on my little player table, and I'm also to be safe. I'm going to get rid of 2 of my shards, and raise my health up to 6. So 1, 2, up to 6, and then I'm going to draw a wonder card. Wow. Okay. And that's my turn. So then it goes over to Gil.
All right. So I'll put this card down here. Now I can't use it right now, right? Because
That's correct.
I just
So
put it down.
basically, yeah. So
Sorry,
like that.
No, it's
Gil,
I'm putting. That's why.
Right.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah, but Gil, you start your turn by drawing 2 cards from the realm of chaos.
Oh yes, I forgot.
The realm of knowledge.
Yeah, I forget. I always forget to draw.
Yeah. And also, you have a skill called Fortify. I think it's a reaction skill, so you have to. It's supposed to be face down.
Yes.
Supposed to be what?
Face down.
Face down. Yeah.
Oh, the mechanic is face down as well.
Yeah. See the Fortify. Anything with the shield is played face down, and then you pay the ability cost when somebody
So both
does
shield
something.
and all of them has a shield.
So yeah, you have 2 reactive on the field right now.
Okay.
Is there any penalty if you remove a skill? No, right? You could just put it. Go ahead.
So if you want to swap out a skill, you can do so anytime during your turn, but you have to discard the equip skill. So you would lose the skill that's currently on the board.
One very important note, and which I think is really cool, once you upgrade a card slot, it stays upgraded the whole game. So when you dump a skill from one slot, if you want to make something super powerful just by automatically, you could just put upgrade the card slots with any shards you get. And then anytime you sub in a new skill, it gets that same level. So for example, this one here, Gil, we have one unit in there already, 1 shard.
Well, I don't want to use that because I thought.
Well, no, that's fine. You can take it back. That's fine because we're learning. Yeah, there we go. And so now that is level 1. If you were to supplant that with another skill later in the game, that would automatically be it would have 1 shard in it. So.
Well, I can't do much attack because that if I weaken that monster, then Dave will have a fun time.
And that's a very good point too. So that's part of the strategy in this is okay, if I do 2 damage to this, then whoever comes after me is going to maybe get the reward. So maybe I just want to hold off.
But I'm going to play this card here. I'm going to play my Wonder.
Oh, wait. Sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
Will, you ended your turn previously, right?
Yes.
So because you see on the board there's a distortion called amnesia.
Oh, yeah. So I had to get rid of.
Yeah.
What was I left with? I had 3, so I have to get rid of one of these. There we go.
Also, you upgraded your health to 6. So do you draw a wonder card?
I did. Yes, I did.
Okay, great. Right. So the one thing about the wonder card is that it's actually technically not part of your hand. So you have a maximum hand size of 7 cards, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the wonder card does not count in that limit.
Correct.
Yeah, and also that's important because with cards like amnesia, they do not affect your wonder card.
Right.
So in a sense, wonder cards are sort of excluded from the rule that the normal cards in your hands are subjected to.
Excellent.
So I'm probably going to lose one of those 2 cards. I didn't realize that one was a reactive card as well. So I'm trying to figure out which one I want to get rid of because I need to start attacking to gain stuff.
And I'm sorry, but I don't have chat up for the stream tonight. Does anybody have any questions that are out in chat land? Okay. Yeah. You guys feel feel free to ask any questions that you might have from the creator this evening about the game, about any ideas that he had with the game, anything.
Gil, I'm going to hate myself for suggesting this, but you can actually attack me, because if you kill me, you gain a shot.
Oh, that's right.
Right, but you level up to 5. If I could kill you, I could
I'm
kill
actually
the opponent.
2 out of 5, because I took 3 damage early on.
I see. That's why I hate Tabletopia, because I have to start zooming up on the people.
Right.
Yeah,
I was looking down here, the block. I didn't see you were there. No, if you are there, then I do want to use that, because that's gonna be fun for Will as well. So I restore. That? I don't get all 4, right? They just go up to my max.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh,
which is a waste, but at least the 2 of you get
3
damage.
3 damage. So the monster
including to the pony, right?
Correct. Yeah. So I'm dead. As a result, I have to discard a card. All right, and you.
And I think that's an important thing too. Is I actually, my first round, I forgot I can attack other players. Not something
so
I don't forget.
You gain a shot for killing me, which I've just placed on your board.
Nice.
Right.
Which skill did you? Oh, you didn't use the skill. You used the wonder.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much what I can do.
Right.
I'm gonna actually discard this card here.
Funny. I'll mention this skill is it. Technically, you can actually attack me with one of your skills as well if you wanted to, and might be able to kill me.
No, my skill. I just built those skills. I don't have any skill to attack you.
Right. Good.
Right,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Thank God.
If that's why I was. Otherwise, I would have killed the pony.
Got it.
I got 1 shard right from that.
You got 1 shard. You could place it to level your health.
Somebody gave me the shard already.
Yeah, I placed it on your unused shard section.
So let me do something here. I will do right over here.
So the theme for some of these skills here, where did you get some of the ideas for them, David?
Oh, do you mean the mechanics?
Well, on the board, like the entropic, like skill, like cripple, stuff like that. Where'd you come up with some of those the ideas for them, and then like the design behind them?
Well, the ideas behind them actually, I mean, I drew from my experience playing a lot of card games and EOS games. So one of the games that was a major source of inspiration was a game. It's actually Dota. When I was a lot younger, I was playing the 5.84C version.
Yeah.
So there was this game mode called Dota LOD. I think it's called Legends of Dota. I'm not sure whether you've heard of it. It's like it's the precursor to the ability draft version that we see in Dota 2 right now.
Got it.
Yeah,
so like I did notice that like a MOBA of play.
Correct. Yeah. So yeah, it was inspired by the MOBAs that I played, and it's a combination of the card games that I played as well.
I like it. Very good. Cool. So Gil, are you done with your turn at this point?
I am. Yes.
Okay. So we head over to David now, who at the beginning of his turn, heals himself up.
Correct. So I draw 2 cards.
Yep.
Into my hand. All right. So I'm gonna use this card, Aether Spear, to gain 1 energy and draw a card.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna. All right. Right. I'm gonna discard this skill to gain 2 energy, so that brings my total up to 3.
Okay.
I'm gonna equip this skill, but I can't use it yet, so I'm just gonna tap it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So not that I have 3 energy, the first thing I'm gonna do is use Echo. Echo reads your next active skill can be used twice this turn.
Okay.
So I use Nettle Swarm. So Nettle Swarm is a special skill that costs 0 energy, but instead I have to pay with health. So
Got it.
It deals 2 damage, but because I have it upgraded by 1, it deals 3 damage instead.
Oh, and you're going to
Okay,
activate
so-
that twice, basically.
Yeah, so I'm gonna use it first on I'm sorry, Bill. I'm gonna use it first on you.
Well,
Because, yeah.
I have good news for you on that.
Yes. Oh no. What do you have?
Well, bam, Lazarus.
Oh my god. Okay, so that
I heal myself to full, and you take
Alright.
5 damage.
Well, thanks for that, man. I'm dead again. I'm dying twice in the first round. Nice, nicely done. All right, so because I'm dead, my turn ends immediately. So I
All right.
Wait, Gil, what's Gil doing over here? Let's see.
No, nevermore. I'm too early to choose. I'm gonna keep this on my sleeve for now.
but by the way, Will,
Yes.
your tap skills can be untapped at the end of the turn.
Right. I was gonna wait till the beginning of my turn, but I guess you could
Right.
technically at the end of your turn you can untap them, right?
Yeah, but actually, it's important to untap all your skills at the end of any turn, because for reaction skills you can use them once during each of the other characters' turns.
That's correct.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm dead. So I'm just gonna discard my cards.
I'm kind of sorry,
And-
but not sorry.
That's fine. Well played. I mean, I was about to kill you and to kill the monster, and that would have put me
Yeah, I know.
quite a bit ahead.
The only
And
problem
you-
with the
you-
flipped card, I keep having to look at them to remember what they do.
Yeah, well, and
Right.
again, it's not conducive really to an online tabletop type thing. When you're sitting at the table, you could do like a poker thing where you sort of slide it up
Correct.
and look at your card. Here, you don't have that convenience. One thing, there is a key combination that's available in Tabletop Simulator that I don't know if it's available in Tabletopia, but you can actually hold Shift and hover over a card. So, like, you know how you can hit Alt in Tabletop Sim? You can hold Alt and Shift at the same time and see what the bottom of the card is while keeping it face down on the table. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
not
I don't
here.
believe that's in Tabletopia. But Tabletopia is a growing platform, and they've been making some really major improvements.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay,
So
so my turn. Draw
no,
two.
actually, it's the
Uh-oh.
monster.
Oh,
Now it's the
monster.
monster's turn.
Monster.
Yeah,
Sorry.
but- Yeah, hold on. I have to discard a card from hand as well because
Oh yeah.
of the distortion.
Did you discard a card, Gil, from Amnesia?
I have not.
How many do you have in hand?
I have 2, so
Yeah,
I need
so-
to discard 1.
Yeah.
Gil, is your final card a wonder card?
Say that again.
Is your
Is
final
your
card a
wonder-
wonder card?
Why do I have to disclose that?
I mean,
I
Yeah.
know it doesn't count out my hints, but that card does. I have to discard a card.
No.
anyway.
Right.
But go ahead. You explain it, David.
all right. So because the distortion ends if a player runs out of cards on hand. So if you only have a wonder card on hand, your hand is
Oh
considered to
yes.
be empty.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
David wanted to make sure because he wanted to be able to keep his card. That's what happened.
I know.
All right. So
That's what
now is the monster's turn. So its ability is to restore 2 health to itself and all players. So it goes
Ooh.
back from 2 to 4, and everyone's at full health. So no change there.
Yeah, and if you're dead, you're dead. You don't get like the health,
and-
right?
yeah.
Got it.
So yeah. Now it's Will's turn.
All right, draw 2. All right. Let's see. So I'll do hyperdrive. I'll play hyperdrive. I choose a skill category, and the category I'm choosing is mythic. And I gain 1+1 additional for each revealed equipped skill of the chosen category. So the revealed is 2, so I get a total of 3 energy for using this card. So 3 energy there. I'm gonna again hold on to that because is that unicorn at 1? Or sorry, is it at
At
Four?
It's at
4.
5.
It's at 4 now, right?
Oh, right. It's at.
5 is the maximum.
did anyone
It
do any
was at
damage
It's at
to it?
4. It's
It was
4.
at 2 and then gained 2, so it's at 4 now.
Okay.
Correct.
Oh, there he gained. Got it. So I have 3 energy. I'm going to activate the Bow of Artemis and dealing 1 damage and marking the unicorn.
Okay. So it goes up to
And-
3.
He goes down to 3, and then I'm to activate the Sword of Ryu again for 2, which does a total of 4 again.
Yeah, it kills it.
Which destroys it.
Right.
And I gain 2 shards for that. There's no death cry on that one, right?
No death cry.
I am going to level up.
Wait, hold on. Before you can level up.
I have to. That's right. Have to put the next card out.
Correct.
And it is a
Halcyons.
Halcyons.
Right?
So we all restore 2, which does nothing really.
Yeah, that's nothing as well.
Okay, so that doesn't do anything. It does have a reaction where it deals 3 damage to its attacker if they have more than 6 health. Is it equal to, or it has to be like 7 health, right? Okay, cool.
Yeah, it has to be 7 and more.
So perfect area right there. I will level up the sword, untap it to utilize it again.
And he's at 6, not 5.
Yeah, correct.
And I have. This is the question, right? Let's see. He's at 6. I can do. Wow, that's only going to be 2 if I hit with the sword right now. I need a yellow over here. Darn it. I'm actually. I'm going to dump this guy.
All right.
And I can't use it this turn. I'm going to put out Nova. And I'm going to I'm going to burn this shard to gain another life point. Am I? No, I'm not. No, I am not. I'm going to place that shard here on Nova. And then what does it say? If a player runs out of cards and when a player ends their turn, they must discard. So if I discard 1 card and I don't have any left, it'll get rid of that effect, right?
Yes, correct.
So my turn is ending. I will reset my board. Maybe. There we go. And I have to discard for that card, and I no longer have cards in my hand. So this fizzles.
Yep. So you can just place it there. Yep.
And Gil, it is your turn.
It is my turn.
Your turn.
So I'm going to play that card, which gives me 1, 2, 3.
Gil,
I have to draw 2 first.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No problem.
I'm going to still play that card. So I'll play that card. That gives me 3. So I have 2 shards in here. So if I play 3, I get 4 damage on that guy there. So I'm gonna move. Doesn't let me. There we go.
Okay.
Show that I've used that once.
Got it. Smart.
So that is 4. And what happens to me when I attack it? The reaction?
The reaction, it won't affect you. Because
I have less. Yeah, I have less than 6.
Yeah, you have less than 6. So how much damage? Oh wow, he's down to 2. Oh boy, he's down to 2.
And then I'll use another one and kill it.
Wow. Okay.
Well, there you go. As a reward, you get 2 shards and another card drawn from the realm of knowledge.
Wait, let me read here to see which one is. So here it says deals 2 at least 1 connects. Target is a stun. What does that stun mean?
When it comes
what happens to the monster? What happens to the monster when it's stunned?
So
they won't attack, right?
Stun is So stun is an effect where it prevents a character from acting during its turn.
So you can actually you can hit a player too and stun them.
Yeah.
So that's what happened to the player. He can react to anything.
Yeah, he can react to you for the rest of your turn. He can't play wonder cards during your turn. So an example is if, let's say, just now Will killed me with his wonder card, right? So if I stun him first, and then I use my skills to try and kill him, he would not have been able to use the Lazarus wonder to go back to life and kill me.
Okay, so that's
right, because I don't have any active. I didn't have a reaction card, and I also don't have any cards to activate it. If I had reaction cards, in my
right, yeah.
All right, so that's that. So I kill it. So the monster goes away. I get 2 shards and a card.
And then
1, 2.
And then before you do anything, well, you can, your turn is, you can't apply these shards yet. You have to wait until the next card comes out. Is that correct, David?
That's correct. Yeah, but have you drawn a card, Gil?
No, I have not yet.
Yeah, you can just draw a card first. Actually.
Right. And
then we're gonna reveal the next monster. All right. So we have our first legendary monster.
Let me do something here before I finish my turn.
No,
so I can now use the shards.
Yeah, you can. You do not have to finish your turn actually. Like if you have any skills left that you can use, you can go ahead and use them.
Right.
But if you open the monster, I can still keep fighting, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, you can still keep fighting if you have skills to use still.
Right. The ones that you utilize were these two, so you can't use them. You can use the nanobots. Is the only one you can actually use.
What do you mean? I can use them, and they're just more expensive, right?
No. These you cannot use because you used them already in your turn. There's no reuse on those cards. There's only.
How did you use your sword twice?
That has an ability where I can activate it times, but every time I activate it, I have to pay more to do so.
Oh, that one lets you use twice.
Yeah. And some of these have like triggers where he had that crazy ability where it lets him trigger him twice.
Okay.
Whatever.
Yeah, Echo skill. Yep.
All right. So I really don't have much to do then here. So right now we all take 2 damage.
No. The active ability only takes place during its turn.
When it becomes active, like when it's his turn. So after David goes, if it's still alive, then he'll do 2 damage to all of them.
So let me discard this guy here.
Okay.
And replace with this one here.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Since I can't do anything.
Thank you for that, because now I can utilize that. High five, Gil.
Right, because his ability is mimic. He's able to copy any ultimate skill on the board, right?
Oh, the Nova. Which one is the mimic? Oh, right there. Oh, I see.
Yeah, that's the one. All right.
That's awesome. Even if he doesn't level out his dark matter, if I have 2 skills, it activates his second level effect and everything.
Yeah. No, it depends on how much shards you place. So if you place 2 shards, you activate the second level.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So those goes back. I'm done. So, but I can use the shards on the beginning of my turn. So
you can use the shards. You can use the shards during any time of your turn.
Oh, okay. I thought Will said I couldn't.
Only when. There you go.
Okay, right. But that's different. Okay, so I will just place this guy here. So that does 4 now, right?
So in terms of components, David, what you see on the board, this is all cardboard components. Are there going to be any are you toying with the idea of upgrades based on stretch goals or anything like that, where they become shinier, like metal looking cards? What are your thoughts
on it? The one idea that one of the backers suggested that I really liked was to turn the class cards into foil cards.
Foil.
Yeah, like a holographic foil.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so I'm looking into that. Yeah, still working on it.
Okay. Very cool. I believe, Gil, are you?
Yeah, I'm done.
Complete. There we go.
All right, so it's now it's my turn. I go back to life again. I draw 2 cards into my hand, and let's see.
And I don't know if we talked about stats, but you're completely funded, well beyond it actually, sitting at almost 1,000 backers already, with 22 days left to go in the campaign. So you finish your turn, and then I have a question for you once you finish your turn.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. All right.
So when does the monster activate?
After my turn.
Okay.
So the round structure is as follows. Because Will started first, then it's Will's turn, Gil's turn, my turn, then a monster turn, and then repeat. All right. So I'm gonna spend this for energy, 3 energy.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna use Echo first. So, and then Will, I'm coming for you because
swiggy swooty.
So
All right.
I use Nettle Swarm first, and that deals 2 damage. No, sorry, 3 damage to you.
Okay.
Yep. And then I use.
Oh, wrong way.
Yeah, and then I use it again on you. So that brings you down to 0.
And I don't have a card to discard, so.
Oh well. I mean, I still get a shot, so that's fine.
That's fine. You just wanted to kill me.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, I lose a shard?
No, you do not lose. You only lose a card. Yeah.
He gets a shard for killing me.
I get a shot. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't lose one. Thank goodness.
Yeah. So
although game variant for the truly salty.
Yeah.
Salty gamers.
So I gain a shot from killing Will, which I'm gonna spend on this skill that I equipped called Thorn Burst. Right?
Okay.
So it's gonna get a bit tricky. So Thorn Burst requires me to lose 2 health as well.
Okay.
And I do not have the energy to use it. So what I do is I spend a Demon Blood. It gives me 2 energy, and I restore 2 health.
Okay.
So I go up to 3, and then I go back down to 1.
Oh,
right?
that's excellent.
So now I deal 2 damage to 2 enemies. Deal 1 bonus damage if I have less than 50% health.
And
however,
you do.
because I upgraded it, it's 2 plus 2, so that's 4 damage to 2 enemies. All right.
Okay.
You follow me so far?
I do. So you're doing 4 damage to 2 target enemies.
Yeah. So the monster goes on to 4. And Gil goes on to 1, I think.
Yes.
Right. All right.
You did all that damage to me.
He did, and he also did a ton of damage to the.
Oh, but if you have a reaction skill, you can use it now.
Right. If you want to.
I need to be able to pay the.
You didn't.
Right.
Yep.
Right. So, yeah. Okay. Excellent. That is good news.
David. Yes.
That is great news. All right. So. Oh right, but I'm not
I got too
right
many like those too many artifacts and stuff like that. You know, not enough fighting skill.
You got too excited. That's what happened. Overzealous on the turn.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna use my wonder card, God Slayer. I drew that God Slayer card.
Okay.
So it's not a very effective use of it right now because. But I'm just going to use it anyway. I'm going to use it on Gil, so that brings him that I deal 2 damage to him. So
I'm dead.
Yeah, you're dead, and you have to discard a card from hand if you have one.
I am not. Yeah. So David, question on chat. If you could have done so much damage to that, why did you opt to not do it to the monster to get the prism?
Oh, as in when I was using the
what you just used,
the
God Slayer. Right. So you did 6 damage to me, and then Okay.
I'm only just realizing that because I think I was feeling a little bit vengeful.
Okay. You want to
You just want to have the pleasure just because I killed you, but it was like a nice kill. Like I at least like it didn't swoop, like
That's great.
It was like a clean shot through the high and everything.
So here's the thing.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I might have made a game, but I'm quite bad at it. Like whenever I play that with my friends, I'm the one who loses and dies because
of course.
I like to take vengeance.
Well, you saw me and you were like, okay, I'm gonna kill. You weren't like the monsters. The monster's there. I could kill him and get a prism and be one step closer to winning. Nah, I'm just gonna kill him.
I always tell everybody there's this guy on my game group called Eric, and Eric will stop and he will. His train of thought is, well, do I want to win this game now and get some pleasure, or can I really, really screw that guy out and have so much fun? And many times he would choose not to win the game just because of the sheer fun he will have at just going after somebody else,
ruining somebody's night. That's the play.
That's the kind of player I am.
All right, so you don't kill the monster.
Yeah, but I kill
you
as
kill
well,
Gil.
using the God Slayer.
I already discarded my card.
Okay, Gil discarded his card.
I gain another shot. And
oh, that's cute.
Oh wait, sorry. I think I drew one already. Sorry.
You did, yeah, because you already placed the one that you got from me.
Yeah, correct. So I'm just gonna end my turn by upgrading my health.
Okay.
I'm gonna go up to 2 out of 6.
Mm-hmm.
And then
that was a question I actually had. So when you upgrade your max health, does your current health level go up with it? Like
yes,
if you're under. Got it. Okay.
Right.
Perfect. Well, that was a pretty big turn.
Yeah. So I'm gonna end my turn. So now it's the monster's turn, and its active ability is to deal 2 damage to all players. I'm 21 alive, so
you die.
Oh, I did. Oh dear. All right. Yeah, I think it's true at all. Not at all.
All that.
Well, Will's alive as well, right? No, he was dead too.
No. Yeah, Will's dead too. So I discard my final card on hand, and so the monster's turn ends. So now it's Will's turn.
Beautiful. So right at the start, I'll draw my 2. I will heal myself to max health.
It's almost worth to die when you have very little health.
Sometimes, yeah.
It's like for 1 shard to your enemy, that's not bad.
That was a crazy turn, and guess what? I forgot the question I was going to ask you.
Do we have to renew our health right now, or only in the beginning of our turn?
Well, beginning of your turn.
Because that makes a big difference how will play, right? Because right now, deal damage to us really doesn't do much to him.
It doesn't. But there's a nice prism out there that I'm fixing to get. So
I'm glad Dave didn't weaken that monster for you.
Yeah, I'm thrilled that Dave didn't weaken it.
But the problem is, I know. Well, I just hope you don't have a lot of cards in my hand. Because when you mimic my card, you have to pay the cost just for your card.
Mine, I have to pay my cost 3.
Wow, so that's a terrible card for you to have.
To all enemies equal to half their current HP rounded up. I'm not going to use that one though. I'm going to go ahead, and it kind of sucks that I have to do it this way because I wanted this.
It really pains me. You can use my card for cheaper than I can.
I know, you like that?
Use my own card. I'm going to get rid of this thing and get something that's cheap. So I'm going to make you pay for using my card.
2 power to activate my Bow of Artemis. It does 1 and marks the target. And then same combo I've been using every turn. I do have to pay an extra 2 or aka 1 to activate the Sword of Ryu. And it will hit for 4, destroying that monster. and I collect a prism, 2 shards, and a card. Prism, 2 shards, and a card. This goes to discard. I still have 1 mana floating. I just realized, or sorry, I say 1 mana because I'm so used to Magic, but I have 1 power floating that I could still utilize. I do have to turn a new monster over. So my turn is technically suspended, so I'm going to go ahead and turn the new monster card over. And
So
it is
how big were your cards? Like you had.
What's that?
Cards you had on your hand?
What did you say?
To see. I was trying to calculate costs on my like.
So my
you use 1 for this.
This was I used 1 energy for that, and I used a card that costs 2 to activate that one. Then I used a card that costs 2 to activate the second one, and I had 1 floating from the first one still, and then so I still have 1 floating mana at this point, or power. Sorry, David. It's a tough habit to break. But I can't do anything until this event is resolved, which is called Chaos Storm. If no player has 10 maximum health or more, shuffle this back in the realm of chaos. I do not. Nobody does. Right?
Yeah. So it just goes back into the deck.
Beautiful. So that goes back in. We shuffle.
And
so it's Il Diablo. Below 10 max, we all get mercy on that, so it goes back in. Is that correct, David?
Correct, yeah. We drew this earlier on, actually, so it was supposed to go right bottom.
I actually figured out how to get the whole pile if you want to just put it on the bottom.
Oh, okay. An event. All players draw a card. Interesting. Nice. So, could you guys do it even though you're dead? Yes,
we can.
Okay. This is a distortion. Exhume. The next player to kill another player steals a prism from their victim. If they have one, the penalty the victim suffers from death is determined after the prism is lost.
Nice.
Not nice. Excellent. I don't like what just happened there.
Really good.
Kind of hate me right now.
You kind of become a target. Now. I just
kind of hit. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh.
Well, probably go around. Like if I acquire this, then Dave is gonna come after me.
I still gotta go here. I still gotta find a monster. Oh, it's Pegasus. Pegasus is jacked. Yeah, Pegasus has gains for days right there.
What's Pegasus?
Pegasus is normally the horse of, I believe, was it Hercules? Or no? Well, it wasn't the Disney movie, but I think they just completely ruined the actual mythology of it. Pegasus was an ancient Greek myth.
He wasn't like anybody.
A flying horse. It wasn't a human. It was more of with wings, not like a jacked human with wings. But I will do it. I am subscribed to this. And then so that's our enemy. Active. So when he becomes active, he restores 4 health. Reaction. He gains 3 defense. So when I try to hit him, he will block 3 of it once per turn. Is that correct, David?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. So he starts at 12. That's already been marked. So what to do here? I have 2 shards. So the maximum amount of damage I could do with him with dark matter, if I put 2 shards into it, would be 6, which is half his health. And maybe I do that to get you guys off my back, or do I try to boost my health to try to survive you guys both attacking me to go after my shard, my prism rather? Decisions. I don't have anything reactive available. So I am going to shard up. I'm gonna have to pay just that because it's floated. The 1 mana is floated still from earlier. those eons ago, and I'm triggering Mimic, and it activates Dark Matter at level 2. So I'm only gonna do 5 damage to the Pegasus.
5 minus 3 because he reacts to the.
Oh, because he reacts.
Damage.
Dumb Pegasus.
So 2 damage.
That wasn't enough to get you guys off my back.
So he goes on a 10.
Yeah, he goes down to 10, and I used the bow already. I'm gonna do what Gil was doing. I could still use the sword, but he's not marked. Well, I can use it again, but it would cost me 3. You're right. So I can't use the sword because I don't have 3 to utilize. So that is going to end my turn.
All right. Look at that. I remember to draw first.
Yeah, yay, Gil. And then I'll move your health for you, sir.
Thank you.
I'm kind like that. I was hoping for something like a little more amazing, like that David's last turn where he's like killing himself and blowing things up, and here I was. I used Mimic on Gil's skill and it just fizzled to do 2 damage or whatever the hell it was.
Oh yeah. Okay. So, man, my drawings are terrible. All right, I cannot do a lot. So let's see. How are you guys doing?
How are we doing? Surviving.
Now, if I stun Will,
yes, that means when it comes to my turn.
How long does it? How long ends this? Ends before your turn, right?
No, yeah, it ends. It ends like it lasts 1 round, right? So like when it comes around to me, I can't take an action. I could just draw cards when he stuns me.
No, it only lasts for until the end of Gil's turn.
Oh, okay, got it.
So it's not that great of a card then.
Yeah, it's only useful to.
I know
the stun effect is the stun effect is useful for preventing actions during your turn. But that's about it. Yeah.
But stun on a monster lasts until the monster's turn is over, as opposed to
it's still within your turn.
Oh, really? So like if we stun a monster now, then it wouldn't unstun until, or sorry, it would just unstun as soon as Gil's turn was over.
Correct.
Got it.
Now, if I attack him with that card, does the reaction will count still?
Yes,
it would. So
his reaction refreshes every turn.
Correct. So the stun effect is really only useful against players, not so much against monsters.
See, the thing is, he could use the stun effect on Pegasus. Pegasus won't be able to react, right?
Yeah, but he'll be reacting to the first skill that he'll be using.
Right, but if it's cheap and it's just the but it's not, is it? It's expensive.
Yeah.
How important are class? How good are the class cards?
Oh, okay. So class balance.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on the class you're going for. You can actually just take out the class cards anytime and read the abilities. So,
okay, so I choose it. It's not like my first one.
Yeah, you choose.
Yeah, it's based on which one you're going for. So, like for example, you seem to be collecting entropic class skills. So, if you manage to get all 4 skills, you would.
That was that. Yeah, that was one at the beginning. The Soul Eater.
Yeah.
The amazing thing about that is basically you continue to fight the players on the board around you, and you get to kill monsters while doing so.
All right. So I need to get 4 of those cards. Why not? Here, let's play that card.
Well, is he able to gain that class now?
No, not yet. He has to get 4 skills that are entropic first.
Yeah, so all of your skills have to be entropic.
Oh, I can only use that card when I have them.
That's correct. Yeah, which is interesting, and I have a question about that design choice. So, is there a reason that sort of exists where you need a card to get a skill? Why do you not acquire that skill when you build out 4 abilities?
Well, I mean, it's to make it a little bit tougher to
Okay.
acquire the class, because because it's possible to get 4 skills of the same type right at the start of the game.
You could, yeah.
And like if you do that, that's kind of overpowering. So by increasing the requirement to 4 cards plus 1 activator, it's
right.
It can still happen, but it's very unlikely.
And the activator is kind of spread random throughout the deck, so it's not going to be something you could just turn on and do. Got it.
Correct.
All right. So here's what I'm going to do.
I figured there had to be a balance issue that came up in playtesting that
so
required you to.
I don't care about this card. I'm going to use that card, and I'm going to deal damage to all enemies equal to half of their current roundup. So that means that Will gets 3, right? And the Pegasus gets 5, correct?
He gets 4 because there's a maximum damage limit of.
Manage at 4, so he goes down to 6.
Well, and that's your first action against him, so he actually only is 1.
Yeah,
because he reacts in defense 3.
That's fine. He wasn't. All right.
What a nasty little Pegasus.
Yes.
He is not. He is a large Pegasus.
Yes. Then I'm going to use this card here and activate this and attack Will for 4 more damage. Killing Will. That means I take his shard, right?
You take his prism, actually.
You take my prism.
I mean prism, yeah.
And then...
And you get to discard a card, Will, if you have.
I do, yes. Wow. It does. Yep. Let's just throw it right there. There we go. There we go.
And Gil, you get a shot as well, I think.
Yeah, Gil, you also get
a shard for him too.
You sure do. Good turn, Gil.
And there's more. I can kill the monster.
That's true. If you're able to do 9 to the monster.
No, I can't.
Because we're doing a bit of an abbreviated game for the game here, where it's just 2 prisms. 3 prisms is normally the win condition.
Yeah. I see. I thought it was easier to get those prisms. It's not that easy because
that's exactly what I was thinking.
You got to stop other players to get it as much as you want to get it. Yeah.
Yeah. And the fun thing is the speed of the game as you become more familiar with it. I'd imagine I saw the estimated play time is 15 to 30 minutes per game. Once somebody's well versed in it, I could definitely see that happening because people are like, okay, especially like if you have good friends and you guys are playing this every week, it's like you have your table built in like 2 seconds, and like people just throwing skills up on their boards. Is the pace? Does it get like blisteringly fast like some Magic players that you've noticed?
Well, not so much.
Okay,
but I think it has a potential to.
Yeah.
So the 15 to 30 minutes play time, it's actually per player.
Oh, 15. Okay, yeah. I'm sorry. I did not see that. So 15 to 30 per player.
All right, I'm good.
Yeah. Well, I think there's a pretty good learning curve for us this evening.
Yeah.
And it's definitely one of those cards that is deceivingly complicated. I think, and I shouldn't say user complicated because I'd say balanced, and it's heavier than it looked. Let's put it that way. It's much heavier than it looked, strategy wise.
Yeah. It took me a while. Now I finally figured out the game, but there was some stuff that for some reason it took me a while to wrap my head out.
Same here. And Dave could attest to this. David could attest to this. Last night I was actually playing a solo 3-player game, like trying to understand the mechanics. And I was like, "Oh, David, this is awesome! Like turn 1, I destroyed this monster." And he's like, how? And I was like, "Oh, I just activated Nova like 14 times." He's like, "Oh, you can only activate Nova once." And I was like, "Aw." He just deflated me. I was like, I'm amazing at this game.
I'm done. My turn is done.
All right. So those cards are discarded, right?
Yes. Sorry, I just put it in there so everybody can see where the points are coming from.
All right, so I revive at 6 health. I draw 2 cards. Okay. Oh.
Where are you right now, like mentally within the Kickstarter? Like, how are you feeling about the whole process of it? What kind of emotions are you going through?
Well, I'm actually quite. I'm obviously I'm very happy and excited over what's been happening.
Yes.
But I'm also really. I guess I was taken by surprise because when I was preparing for the campaign, I was projecting, say, maybe between 100% funded to 100% funded. So when I broke through that barrier on the, it's like scrambling to decide what to do after that.
What would you what would you attribute
Sorry.
that success to? Like, I mean, I know we talked about this off
Right.
sort of like, but like after you thought about it a little bit, what would you contribute it to? Personally, I think it seems you have a pretty good following within the art communities that you are a part of, and I think maybe maybe didn't realize how many people actually followed what you do on Behance and stuff like that. I think that's kind of the ground movement there, but I don't know. What's your thoughts?
Well, I still honestly I still haven't figured it. I still haven't figured it out. I've been too focused on just keeping out of the campaign, keeping out of the messages with the comments and stuff.
Yeah.
But like at this point of time, I'm still bewildered. Like because based on the following that I had, I thought that I'll be funded at some point in the next month. I'm not expecting in the 2 hours. So yeah, I'm still figuring that one out. Once I get an answer, I'll let you know.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, like honestly, almost 1,000% currently.
Yeah, it's insane.
Or you actually you broke 1,000. I actually saw on one site that it was trending for 4,000%. Now, granted, and that's probably pie in the sky, but like I think it was on ClickTrack or something like that actually had like with current progression that it was saying like 4,000, which is nuts. But I could definitely see it. Like one of the biggest things that you have a very clean campaign. The video was done well. All the things that about the art are the main drawing points for most games at this point is the way it looks and the quality of the components, and it drew in a lot of people, I think, as well. It's just the way it looks.
Cool.
So go ahead, take your turn. I'm sorry.
Right.
Didn't delay that.
So,
as we've gone a few turns in, Gil, you mentioned that sort of settling into the game. What are your some of your initial thoughts about it, and how do you feel about it?
One thing is, this kind of a game is a game you have to hold the cards in your hand, right? This is not the ideal game for Tabletopia, so it's playing well here. So I imagine that would be much nicer to actually play with cards.
I agree.
It's card games are not very, the holding the cards and be able to easily glance at your cards and other people's. It makes
and also, like, I'm sure alliances form in some games, and you do that like, sort of side card, and you're like put your shoulder over here, and you're like, do you see what I'm gonna do to this guy next turn? You don't get that kind of feel at a table like this, which kind of sucks. But I mean, the way we normally supplement is we just write whispers in the chat for Tabletopia, but there's something to be said with that hidden, like the sly, like, hey, look what I'm gonna do to him next turn. What are you gonna do? Did you back me up?
I like that there's very very familiar mechanics, but there's very unusual things as well that I haven't seen before. I mean, the whole it's use a little bit of the deck building without the deck building, how you pay for the cards with cards in your hands and things like that. But at the same time, in an innovative way, because it's very difficult to do this kind of gaming that is too far from Magic or even deck buildings like Dominion stuff, because a lot of games has used a mix of those mechanics.
They have,
and so I like that there's some cards that do more than just this card it either buys me something or I pay to use its skill. So I like the idea of the artifacts and something. I would have to play a couple more times to get like a full review out of it.
Of course, yeah.
It's hard for me to do a full review in it, and I'm intending to review this game, but I think my initial thought is games for me I like it when it's visually appealing, and this is like the art is really something that appeals to me. I like that I generally don't like dark games, but because the way and the theme and the thematic of this game, it kind of works nicely. I do hope I don't know if the player boards are coming with, or is a stretch goal of some kind, and Dave can talk about that. I do like the stretch. I think I know they're not necessary to play a game, but it does help the player to have all this here.
Yeah. So David, is that the boards as we see it, like the board state that we see right now, is that essentially what you're getting when you purchase the game?
The player boards are not part of the physical game at the moment.
Okay.
But yeah, that's something I'm still sort of working on.
Stretch goals.
Stretch goals.
It doesn't need to be, even if it's like just a cardboard, like a lot of people do. They don't need to be like thick stuff,
right? Like double layer.
But I would give up that for maybe a player's aid. There was a couple times that I was trying to remind what steps I could do. So I don't know what's the cost of making 2 more cards on a game, but I think because of the routine is here, I know you would probably know after a while, but I know for newer games, or at least have a PDF that people could download, like a player's aid would really be helpful for a game like this, just to remind a couple things. But other than that, my initial look at the game and playing so far, I think it's something that it's a game that you get in the groove, and you have to learn your deck and learn the combination. So it's kind of a game that drawing you, and you can try different things. So
one thing you mentioned,
I like
Gil,
it right now. So, but I have to play a couple more times to really get a feeling before I can do a full review of a game. One
thing you mentioned is the quote unquote freshness of like mechanics or mixes of mechanics, and I think the freshness emerges for me in the fact that you could do damage across the entire table, including the monsters in a turn. Those ultra powerful wonder cards that you get for hitting the different levels of health are amazing. Like the feeling I had when he came at me and I could drop Lazarus, like that first round that's the kind of game, that's the kind of feeling you search for in a game. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I sort of hit with that, where it's just like, oh, you're coming after me. Well, guess what? Now you're actually dead now. I survive, and I'm not only do I survive, I'm back at full health. That's some cool stuff. But yeah, the freshness is a major part of it. So go ahead. Again, I'm sorry I interrupted you, David.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm happy to hear what Gil has to say about the game. The player aids are something that have been occasionally suggested as well. I'm gonna look into it. I really like the idea of doing a PDF that people can download.
Just print.
Yeah, just print. Yeah, but I'm still working on that. So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, link on BGG, because people that are really into games, a lot of them will have laminator stuff. At least the option, I think, would be nice, because you already have it right here, right? The design and everything.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so I'm gonna continue my turn.
Yes.
It's gonna be weird because Gil, I'm gonna come after you now.
I know. I knew. That's why I was like, should I go after Will? And it pains me not to be the last player around.
Yeah. I mean, I have to, because
but that card has gone away, right? You don't get my prism anymore, right?
No. Yeah, I'm just gonna get a shot, I think. So I'm gonna use Echo first. And then I will use Nettle Swarm twice on you. So I lose 4 health, and you take you take 2 instances of 6 damage. So that's
oh my god.
2 instances of 3 damage. That's 6 damage.
Yeah. No. He's hitting for 6 damage.
Yeah. Because the first time only brings him down to 3.
Because he only got 4 damage, so he has to use twice to kill me.
Correct. Yeah. So, will you be using a reaction skill?
I want to. I have a feeling that I'm going to need this in the more important moment.
So just remember that reaction. Once you use that skill, it goes back to your hand, and you can play it again.
Right.
So, like if you use that reaction now, you're not actually losing it. You're losing it against him if he tries to come at you again.
You're missing the very important point.
Okay.
And
right.
Those reaction cards, I look at a few of them. They're not cheap like attacking cards. They tend to be a little more expensive, and I have to be able to pay for it.
Okay.
I've been too eager to attack people and spending all my cards.
Oh, don't worry. You guys are all done.
Oh, I forgot to discard my my dark matter, so you couldn't use it. Oh, you stunned. You can't attack me. Awesome.
Oh, me?
Yeah, because just to the end of my turn. Forget about
it. Yeah, I did too. I one thing that I actually,
I'm bad. That's no problem.
Yeah, I thought that the stun persisted until it came back around to your turn again. That would have been cool if it did, but I can understand there's probably a balance thing why it ends at the end of your turn.
Yeah, but see, if I could keep using that card over and over and over,
right?
And I could king mate. Yeah, like if I'm like upset that I'm losing, I could like king mate the game and just stop you from play. You know.
Yeah, which isn't fun.
Yeah. So anyway, that's all I'm gonna do for my turn.
Okay.
So I'm ending my turn. So now is the monster's turn.
Yeah, Pegasus is pumped. He is going to restore 4 health to himself.
Cool.
And Hulk up. Nice.
All right.
He just healed himself to full. All right, Pegasus.
That's gonna be a tough guy to kill. I mean, look at those guns.
look at those guns.
I can see on my head. He's like.
The gill sound effects make a reappearance, and I'm loving it. Okay, so first heal up to max. Draw 2.
Oh, Gil, you died with a prism, right?
He did, but you don't get it.
Yeah, no. But because he died with prism,
right.
he had to skip his.
What happened when
upcoming action phase?
On your action phase, you're not going to be able to do it.
Right, I'm just drawing 2 cards,
so,
right?
Yeah,
that's what I asked before. I don't lose my prism. I just don't get a turn.
Correct.
All right, so I'm at full health. Wow. Wow. What kind of ultimate are you rocking over there? Vine Leech. Deal damage to all enemies equal to your missing health. Oh, that doesn't help me. Change your ability. I don't like that one. I guess the first thing I'll do here. This is going to be just a building moment, I think. I'm going to go ahead and dump Mimic, strangely enough. And I'm going to put out. Thought I was putting out a card. Where did it go?
Did the shot enter a hand? Oh no.
There it is. I'm putting out my ultimate wisdom of Kormusata, which I'm not familiar with. And could artifacts be played at any point in the game? Or only on your turn?
They can be played during a turn, and they can be played during to use a reaction skill when it's not your turn.
Right. What's your health at? Oh, you're close to dying.
So did you mix a lot of like different gods' names into your game? Because the card he used is like a Mongolian.
Yeah.
Deity,
So for the different skill categories, there are different themes behind it. So for the skills that it's using are from the mythic category. So there are references to like different deities and gods.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, you mixed culture. Like you had a Pegasus there, which is Greek mythology, and then the card he used Kormusata, which is like some Asian, like Mongolia or something, right? And so you just mixed like different culture in one single pot. I see. That's
pretty
cool.
much, yeah.
You know what? Honestly, I think I'm just gonna have to. Let me think about this for one moment. You're at how much? You're at 2, You don't have anything reactive over there that I know of. 1, 2. So this technically should get rid of you. What the hell? I'll do it. I'll just use my demon blood to activate the sword of you against you, David.
All right. I'm dead again.
Yes.
And I'll discard a card. All right.
Yes. And I will gain shard, which I will place in. Okay, that's already maxed out. That won't really do anything for me. I'll put it in that slot. And go ahead, Gil.
All right. So I only get to draw 2 cards. I don't even get to use my shard.
Nope.
To make something better. Okay.
Wow. Ouch.
Okay, so
that hurts.
You do get your health back though to full.
No, only at the start of his turn.
Well, even though didn't he just take his turn? Oh, but I guess it doesn't go around until he stays dead for a whole rotation.
Correct.
A whole second rotation. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
well, that's kind of what I wanted to do.
Otherwise, he can kill me and just keep me dead and be jerked that way.
Dead. DED. Dead.
I would never play again. I would be dead forever.
So it's my turn.
I want to get rid of that
card
before Will can use it.
If anybody has any questions out there, feel free to ask those who are in chat. Comments, concerns, all that fun stuff. Go ahead.
I'm going to be using the same combo. So
weird.
Lose 3 energy. And wait, hold on. Sorry.
You coming at me, bro?
I have to, man. Like the monster is too difficult.
So that's funny. So like the monster is difficult enough now. We're leveling off of each other's misery. Is what's happening.
That's pretty much.
It's pretty nuts at this point. So the Pegasus is basically causing a stalemate. I see. Until we get past this. But I'm getting closer to where I want to be, because then if I get a class card, I have to get rid of this Nova. Technically, I could if I get an ability to purchase a class, then I might be able to get into that class.
I got rid of your mimic. I see you got a card that will let you get a class. I can tell you right now.
Do I? I have no cards in hand yet, so.
But the deck is pretty slim now. It should be coming out soon.
Or it'll come back around, right?
Yeah. So I'm gonna use Echo and Natural Swarm again.
Weird.
Twice.
Yeah.
So that's 6 damage to you, Will.
Yeah. So dead. But you go ahead and gather yourself a shard, sir.
There you go.
Here's a question, and I may know this, but I'm going to ask right away because I think it might be something that other people have that. Can you use artifact effects to activate your reaction cards?
Yes, you can.
All right. So it doesn't need just to be cards that give you powers, but all right. So that's good to know. Come at me now, then.
Come at me, bro.
Oh, he can't.
Right.
Finally, I wanted him to attack me, and he can't.
Oh, no. All right, so I'm going to upgrade my health and then end my turn. So I go up to 3 out of 7.
Okay.
And that's it. So now it's a monster's turn. It heals 4 health.
But he's at maximum health already.
It isn't max.
So nothing happened. So it's the round begins again. So it's Will's turn now.
I was hoping that you guys would weaken it, you know, as it come around, like when it gets to me. So you guys are not very helpful.
We're trying. Let's see. Okay. So it is my turn again, correct?
Correct.
Oh boy. So I heal up to maximum health, draw 2, hope for the best.
Hope for the best, expecting the worst.
Ooh. This is pretty good. I'm okay with this. So you're always running really close on your health over there, aren't you?
Yep.
David. And Gil's still dead.
I'm a zombie right now.
He's just zombie Gil.
I'm a god. I don't die. I just
So-
transform in my energy back. That's why we always come back. That's why you never die forever.
All right, so I'm going to play Hyperdrive. Here comes the combo. I'm pretty excited. So Hyperdrive gives me 4 total. I'm going to name Mythic, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, Mythic. So I gain 1 plus 3. So I get 4 total energy now. First thing I'm going to trigger is Wisdom of for Musata. Each time I use a non-ultimate skill this turn, I draw a card and restore. And it's actually, the cost is down to 2, so I only have to use 2 of the Hyperdrive 4 I generated. So that now gives me anything I trigger here. So you know what? Let's go at Pegasus. Let's for the heck of it. I'm going to go ahead and use 1 of the remaining 2 to hit Pegasus for 1. And mark. Oh, but it doesn't connect. Never mind. Hold on.
Yep.
Redo. No, I know, but I can Nova instead, I think.
Right. Yep.
So I'm going to. So I have 2 left, and Nova costs me 3. I'll use another Hyperdrive to generate another 4. So I now have
God.
6 total.
God.
So I'm going to trigger the Nova, which will do 2 damage to.
You have to draw a card first.
Oh, draw a card. Sorry.
Yeah.
Draw a card.
And then you have to show the energy value of the card.
So it's 2 plus. Well, 2 to everybody.
All right. I go down to 1.
And that includes him, right? The Pegasus.
Right. Yeah.
So that
the monster.
Go ahead.
So the Pegasus, Nova deals bonus damage to monsters. So you deal 2 plus 2.
Yeah. So he takes 1 damage.
So the Pegasus. Yeah, that's correct.
And his reaction is removed now. This goes to my hand. I have 3 remaining. I will now hit him with the bow, which does 1 and marks him.
All right, hold on. So you at the start of turn you use the Wisdom of
Oh,
Musata.
yeah. So I have to draw 2 more cards.
Yeah, to draw 2 more cards.
Yeah, buddy.
No.
All right.
How many times can you use that sword?
As many times
as
as
much
you
as I can afford it.
Wow.
Yeah, I already did. I gained that extra card for using the bow. I got because I pulled 1 and then another one. And then I'm going to. I have 3 power left, so I'm going to activate the sword for the first time against Pegasus,
So
which
that's
is going
5 damage.
Which is going to do 5 damage to Pegasus. Yep. That leaves me with 1 energy. Yes.
Yeah, but you draw a card for using.
Oh,
the sword.
and I draw another card.
Yeah. There it is. Sorry.
Yep. I will use Demon Blood again, so it gives me 3,
right.
Which will allow me to activate the sword again.
All right, that kills the Pegasus.
Yes.
Nicely done. So you gain 1 prism, 2 shards, and 1 card. But you draw another card again for using the Sword of Ryu.
and draw another card for this one.
Yeah.
I draw. Okay.
Yeah. So the Sword of Ryu and the Wisdom of Komusata are combo very well, as you can see, because you can keep reusing the Sword of Ryu, and you would, mitigate the energy cost by being able to draw a card every time you use it.
Okay. Yeah. So let me put these in here first. And did I only drew one card, I believe, so I think I have to resolve that before. Does the whole deck go over or no?
Yeah, the you can just place the whole deck over.
Gilly, you said you know how to do that?
Say that again.
Oh, I got it.
You just go hold shift and select, and then we'll move everything. Yeah.
So I draw one more card.
So see, you can move the whole thing.
And then that's the new monster.
Yeah, but it has a mercy ability as well. Below 8 max health.
So it goes back because does everybody have 8 max? Okay.
Yeah. So hold on.
I know I probably can. But we don't have the max health. And I see that's the important thing is I can't place these shards until the new monster is resolved.
Right.
Which that's why that's in place.
So the next monster is a Telotron. Yeah, it's 4 health. It's quite a weak one.
Okay.
I hope you are you out of cards?
No.
Please tell me so.
No.
A lot of cards.
How does it can play that long? I can barely play one thing. It's just
so I am going to I now have to pay 4 to use the sword. I didn't have any mana left over, I don't believe. So I will use so 4 will be that one, and this one will give me 5 to trigger the sword again.
Right, but this time you only do 2 damage because it's not
right. That's right. It's not marked, and he's going to gain. He also do no damage to him potentially.
Correct.
Because of the reaction. But I do gain another card.
Yes.
I should have, yes. I should have killed David on it. I am going to play. So I had 1 floating over there, I believe.
Yes. He's 4. You have 1. Yes.
So I will use this and that one.
Right.
Goodness, it's a lot of cards.
Which gives me another floating one, which we'll just remember that. And I'll be doing 1 or 2 damage to you, David.
All right. And you draw a card for.
Yep. I draw a card. I get a shard.
Shard for killing Dave.
And then let me take a quick look at my situation.
You're getting a card every turn for
the Wisdom of Komusata. Every time I use a non-ultimate ability, I gain a card and gain health. So let me see. I have three here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, because then I get True Strike, which is penetrating shot, basically. Okay, and all these, I have 1 floating mana, but I don't. Oh, I gotta actually. Sorry. 1 floating mana here. The math gets complicated, especially when we're doing this in two. Come on. Why are you going to be like that? Somebody fix that for me. Because I'm getting aggravated. So what I'm going to do is I am going to get rid of this card, the Nova, which I can do even though I activated it, right?
Yes, you can.
So I'm going to discard Nova. I'm going to play Brand of Raijin. And I am going to use my Glyph of Ascension to get my class.
Wow. Okay. All right. So look through it.
Oh, just I guess flip them.
Raijin is the equivalent of Thor in the Japanese
Whoops.
mythology.
What's
It's
happening
okay.
there?
It's like glitching out. Here, let me see if I can get them. Sorry. He's got it.
Wait, but there are still cards missing. It's there's supposed to be 2 more.
Here.
There.
Oh.
Just
But now-
just go shift around and then you can drag everything
somebody else tried to get it because I couldn't get it under the board.
Yeah, you need to move them up. There you go.
Can't
Try
pick it up.
rotating it. E.
Wait, just a second. Ah.
No, I can't really interact with it.
Oh, it's because there's 2. Wait, let me shift. There you go. And yeah, you keep grabbing the board.
Sorry, guys. Horrible technical difficulty.
Yeah.
There's no way to load in the resource, right?
No.
Go ahead. You try to flip it. Here.
Right. Yeah. Sure.
Go ahead.
You gain a bonus ability where you take an extra turn right after this turn.
What do I get? I'm sorry.
Yeah. Sorry. The moment you get a class, you can immediately take an extra turn after your current turn ends. Yeah. Yeah. So you can end your turn right now and take a new turn.
All right, and then what's the special that I get with the class?
The special is that for 1 turn, you can choose one of your skills, and it will cost 2 less energy for that instance.
For the entire instance.
Yeah, for that. Yeah, for your entire round. So if let's say you use your Sword of Ryu until
Right.
it's 5, it costs 5 energy, and then you can reduce it down to 3, and then it goes back 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay. So, yeah. So first thing is I draw 2 cards.
Yeah, if you're ending your turn, yes.
I am taking another turn. Yes. So I draw 2 cards. I will announce that the sword is going to be the one that cost me 2 less this turn. I will pay 3 to technically pay 2 to activate the Wisdom of Kormusada. And then I'll play the 1 floating from that 3 to play the Bow of Artemis. Well, wait, I can't do that. Hold up. The 1 floating, I'll make it 2, which is True Strike. 1 damage to 2 enemies and marks them. So this doesn't. He reacts, but it goes right through it, right?
Yeah.
With True Strike.
Correct.
So he takes 2 damage, and then nobody else is live for me to fight, right? So I can't do 2 targets. I can only do the 1.
Correct. Yeah, just 1.
So basically 2 damage plus he's marked, and his reaction's done.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I'll pay the sword for free, which kills him.
Right. Okay. So there's an interesting thing about about True Strike is that even though they can't react to it, their reaction skill is not has not activated. So your second skill will be reacted to.
But it still kills him, right?
Yeah, but it still kills him in this case because your dragon sword does 5 damage, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, so it goes down to 0. You kill it. You gain 2 shots. You just draw the 2 shots.
And I used these 2 skills, so I had to draw 1, 2 cards, and then I get 2 shards. You said?
Yes, correct.
Then we find out what our next monster is, which is Osmosol.
Okay, so right, yeah. So Osmosol's initiative ability is to stun the player drawing this, which means your turn ends immediately.
Rip. All right. So my turn does. Yeah, right. All right. So yeah, my turn's over then with that.
Yep.
Okay. I can't even play shards or anything. Yuck. Okay. Wow, that's awesome.
Wow, that's fine. I was reading my card. I was trying to stop you from kill the monster, but that's okay. You're just you're going so quick there. Just
good evening, Darth Molly. Snow to start pop. Thanks for joining us this evening.
All right, so
we are playing. For anybody who just joined us, by the way, we are playing Endogenesis with the game creator David Go. It is currently on Kickstarter, performing very well. Amazing art, interesting, fresh gameplay. Definitely take a look. Get back.
All right, so we flip a new card, right?
Yes. Gil, just one moment. Sinus Virtue _ KOC backer here. Can't wait to get this game. Thank you, Sinus, for popping in. So yeah, if anybody who's watching also has any questions for us, go ahead and shoot. Let us know. Any for the creator. This is time to pick his brain. Go ahead.
Right. So everybody gets 1 damage.
What? Okay. Which was
Will, I think you moved the wrong.
Oh, I did. Yeah. Whoopsie.
All right, and so I will use this guy here, which costs me 3.
Mm-hmm.
So this one.
Yeah, you have a shard Gil.
Yeah, but
he's like, yeah, but health is looking good. Wait, why is your max health below? You never got your to 5?
No, I am to 5. I just moved the whole thing. Just the top. For some reason, I think is locked. Wait, just a second. Yeah, it is locked.
So it's interesting because leveling health, there's a very heavy string. Yeah, it's right here. Right there.
Oh, there it is. There you go.
Leveling health to get to the wonder point is actually really funny. Like if you do a quick rush for it and then get through all your wonders early game, it can hurt you late game, especially as other players sort of fall into their wonder cards, right?
Yep.
So I'm going to use this on that guy right there. And discard a card from hand if either target has 50% or more remain. So both of you have 50% or more. So
what is he hitting us with?
Gil?
So
if
actually,
you use cripple,
huh?
Gil, if you use cripple, the 50% or more health remaining condition only applies after you've used the skill.
Oh, if that's how much they have left. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. In any case, I'm gonna use I have this thing here. Who gives me 2.
Yep. 2 power and 2 health.
And then this here gives 2 more, so that's still a 4.
Mm-hmm.
And where's and then 6. Kind of a waste of cards, but that's 6 total there. So the first 3 I'm going to use with this card here.
Okay.
And I'll kill the Soparios thing there.
Sporius?
Right.
Is that what it is?
Sporius.
Sporius, yes. I'll kill the Sporius, and I get 2 shards. And then I will pull a card and flip. Oh, you did. Activate. Draw a card. Deals damage to all players equal to the card.
Orek.
Oracle Thorpe, I think. Oracle Thorpe. Yeah.
And what is that from?
The monsters are actually some of them are inspired from crafting. So the names are meant
all right, so I got 2 damage.
Okay.
But then I got 2 back because I'm gonna play the second
1. Okay, 2 damage to everybody there.
Yeah.
Oof. Oh.
All right. So what is the 6? Let's see. How much can I do to that guy? Let's see, 2, 4, 6.
And David, has the backer community been pretty supportive, of you through the project? I know it's only been up, what has it been, about a week now? You've had it up?
Yes.
I can get
like really positive feedback you've received so far?
Yeah, definitely. I've had a lot of people trying the game on Tabletopia. If you look at the Board Game Geek forums, a few of the players have been commenting and just asking questions about the gameplay and stuff. But all in all, it's been pretty great. The amount of interaction that the backers have been giving has been really amazing. They've given me a lot of suggestions on, for example, how to
do
next.
So that's 8 I've used.
Sorry, hold on one sec. You cut out there for a second there. What did you say?
Right, sorry. Yeah, so the backers have been giving me a lot of good suggestions as to what to do next for a possible new stretch goal. Because as you can see, I only had one funding stretch goal, which was at 400%.
So that guy gets 2.
Yeah. So
you guys get 2. Half of your health and damage. Okay. Maximum 4.
So half of my total health?
Yes.
Or my current health?
Your current health. Yeah.
So half of that would be, it's rounded down, rounded up.
Dave, did you take the damage for the card to draw a card to get them?
I'm already dead.
Oh, you're already dead. All right.
So technically it would be what? Half of 3?
It's 2.
So you're going down to 1. Yes.
1. Oh no, pain and suffering. Hi, Flycrack. You have to sleep now. Wish you all a good night. Same to you, sir.
No, I have an option.
Thanks for coming out.
Either kill the monster or kill Will. But at this point, I think I have to kill Will because his combo there is too strong.
I'm not, because I have a prism.
He has a prism. He doesn't play. So because Will has a prism, if I kill him now, he doesn't get a turn the next round. He just draw 2 cards.
Well, no, actually, with the single prism,
that's what happened to me. So that's what I have to happen to you now.
You're right. You're right.
So I'm giving you more than enough damage.
I just don't have to discard, but I have to. Yeah.
4 damage. I get a shard for killing you, which is less than the most of it. I'm gonna live with it.
Good night, or if it's good morning over there for you, Flycrack. Have a good one. Thank you for sticking around.
And then, so 2, 4. I use that. 6. I get 2, but I can only get 1 because of that. And that's all my cards. I think that's all I can do.
And then
I only have 2 that I can use now. No, I can't use that because I think I just killed that monster. I can't use my shards because I just acquired them. So
you got to draw for another monster, right?
But that guy's alive. I killed you instead of the monster.
Yeah, but you can use your shards now as long as there's. Correct.
Yep.
So I can use it now. So.
You can use your shards now. Yeah, your turn's not over. Until you declare it to be over.
I just acquire my shards.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You can use them anytime during turn, as long as it's not suspended.
Right. It becomes suspended when there's no monster face up on the table. And during that period of time, you just have to flip a monster, and then it resumes your turn, and you can do whatever you want. Sinist or Sinist Virtue underscore KOC again says that we need to get to 25 achievements. What does that mean, David? 25 achievements.
Oh yeah, because there's the Kickstarter where basically if backers unlock achievements, there's more content for the game.
Oh,
yeah. So I think
sure.
So yeah. Yeah, so it's I think we're at 16 achievements now. So the last achievement tier is at 25 achievements.
Okay.
So I think that's what he's talking about. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And there's what is it? Just different stretch goals and stuff and social stuff.
Yeah, pretty much.
Excellent.
All right, so I think it's my turn.
Yes, it is.
So I go back up to 7 health. All right, I draw 2 cards.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm going to use this to gain 1 and I draw a card.
Okay.
So this gives me another 3, so I'm at 4 now. I'm going to use Nettle Swarm on the monster.
Okay.
Which deals, which brings me down to 5 health.
Here's a question before you keep your. If you have a card that lets you redirect an attack, can I redirect that attack to the player that is attacking?
Well, it depends on the skill that you have. So I'm assuming you're referring to the skill called Warp, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So the text on the card says that you can redirect the effects of a skill against a monster to any player and vice versa. So yes, you can redirect the effects of my skill, the one that deals 3 damage, back to me if I'm using it against a monster.
All right, just for information, not now, but just for future information.
All right, got it. Okay, so I kill the monster. I gain 2 shards and a card. 2 shards. My turn is suspended, so let's see. Okay, the next monster is a legendary monster. Echidna. Alright, so it has an initiative ability where it deals 3 damage to all players with more than 8 health. And it has 10 health. So my turn resumes, and no one fulfills the initiative condition, so it's fine. I still have 4 energy left because Nettle Swarm didn't cost any energy.
Okay.
I will now use a Thorn Burst. So Thorn Burst, I lose another 2 health. And what it does is that I deal 2 damage to 2 enemies. And I deal, it deals 3 damage to 2 enemies.
Yeah.
And I deal 2 bonus damage if I have less than 50% health.
Okay.
So I fulfill the condition for the less than 50% health. So that allows me to deal 5 damage to the monster and to Gil.
Is that deal 2 to the monster and 2 to me, or 2 to me and 3 to the monsters, or
No, it's 5 to the both of you. Okay,
deal 2 damage to 2 enemies, deal 1 damage if you are less than. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's basically
But why does it shows 3 and 2 there? 3 plus 2, I see.
So 3 is the base damage plus 2
if you're less than 50%.
That's correct. That's correct.
That means I'm dead.
You are. You still have a reaction card. Are you not gonna?
Yeah.
Are you gonna use that? Can you afford to use it?
No.
Okay.
I need to get rid of that card. That card's not doing me any good.
It's really not.
Gil, so you do not have enough energy to use.
To use that card, I don't.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Okay, so Gil dies.
I keep getting like other stuff rather than cards that I need.
Right, right.
So I gain a shot for that.
Yeah, do you get a shard? You over there gloating there, David? For killing Gil again.
Wait, did I draw cards? Oh yeah, I drew additional shots here.
Oh, and you kill. Gil still has a prism, so that means he can take actions again.
No, we're gonna draw 2 cards each, and then goes back to him.
It goes right back to him. He has this unlocked now. Oh, well, I guess it's a good balance mechanic because the player who is sort of behind at that point now has some catch up, potential catch up ability. Is that catch up ability a word?
Catch up mechanics, I think.
Catch up space ability, I guess. I don't know.
I chose those purple cards and didn't want to give them up. I have not drawn a purple card
in a while
at the whole game since.
So I'm going to use my final skill, my ultimate. So it's Vine Leech.
Okay.
I deal damage to all enemies equal to my missing health. So that's 7 minus 3. That's 4 damage.
Okay.
So the monster goes on to 1.
Yep.
And it has the ability where I restore 2 health for each target damaged.
Okay.
So I go back to 5.
Okay.
All right. So I end my turn, and my cards are discarded.
Oh my god, that's so enticing. Now that monster's out there and I can't do anything.
Right. Yeah. So the monster. So now it's a monster's turn. It deals 2 damage to all players, and restores 1 health for each player damage. So I take 2 damage, and the monster goes up to 2 health. And so now it's Will's turn, right?
Sure is.
But you did. So you can only draw cards.
I take 2 cards and hey, yay! That's my turn.
All right, I got 2 cards, and that is my turn.
Oh, I can't wait for my next turn though.
Okay,
if a monster with a prism comes out, you will win the game.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible for you not to win at this point. Unless Dave has something up his sleeve.
He might. Well, there you go. There's something right there. And
well, he can kill this one here, but then he would have to have enough to kill.
Remember, if he has the ability to actually pick up his class card, now it gives him another turn.
But I'm actually missing that class ability only applies
to my
class. So for to the class that you get. So for mine, it's this one. This is the one that I'll be getting.
Okay, Bastion.
So this one, the acquisition bonus is to gain 3 max health.
Wow, right off the bat.
Yeah, right off the bat. And at the end of every turn, I would restore 5 health. So I'll be pretty tanky. Yeah,
that's cool.
So anyway, I'm gonna use a hyperdrive. So this gives me 5 energy because I have 4 organic skills.
Yep.
So what I'm gonna do first, I'm gonna use Nettle Swarm on the monster, killing it, and I go down to 2 health, to 1 health. Sorry.
And Matt, thanks for triggering Molly, by the way, in chat with her puns. All right, go ahead.
So that's 3 shots, 1 card into my hand, and I gain a prism as well. So my turn is suspended.
Yep.
The next monster is look at that.
Oh no!
Legendary, but see 8 health, 8 max health. So it actually goes back into the pile.
It does because we're staying within the threshold.
Yeah. So, look, this is another
mercy.
Yeah, another mercy though. So I'm just gonna put this aside.
Yep.
All right, Crystal Rush. So everyone gains a shot.
Oh,
Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
All right, hold on. Picking up my shots.
Molly states that the game has a very cosmic horror vibe, which she likes.
Cool. Yeah, for the monsters we took inspiration from Lovecraftian horror. So.
Oh, I was about to put under the pile.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna
That's fine.
shuffle, but yeah, you can do that too. It's fine.
Okay,
Right,
Bogwort
the
is
next
the
monster
monster.
is a. So the next monster is a Bogwort. So yeah, 6 health.
Okay.
So I'm gonna use Nettle Swarm. So Nettle Swarm allows me to deal 4 damage to all enemies, but there's only one target, so it goes on to 2. And I'm still using the energy that I gained from the hyperdrive.
Correct.
Wait, sorry. Can I just go back just a little bit?
Why is that thing not magnetic? Ah, there you go. Forever.
Yeah. So I forgot to spend my shots.
Oh, okay. All
so
right.
I'm gonna put all onto Divine Leech. So that allows me to deal 6 damage to the monster. That kills it. And because and I restore 3 health for each target damage. So I go back up to 4 health.
Sure do. Look at that.
Yeah. So I gain 2 more shots.
Okay.
In a card. But my turn is suspended. So next monster, Patum Noir. This one it's a weak one. It deals 1 damage to all players.
Okay.
So
and Gil and I are still dead.
On the tree. Yeah, pretty much. And so I'm gonna kill it as well.
Okay.
But hold on.
Remember, if you kill too many. No, never mind.
Bring that legendary. Bring that
Yes.
Bring it out for me. Bring it out.
Yeah, pretty much. So I'm gonna have to kill it.
True. That's true.
Yeah. So I'll use my final skill called Thorn Burst. I lose 2 health, and I deal 2 plus 3 damage, 3 plus 2 damage.
Okay, wait for a second.
Yes.
3.
But you did.
4.
Gil, you did.
Oh, I thought you were attacking it.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm attacking it, but
he's warping it.
You did.
But if I attack, I can reverse the attack against you.
Oh, no, but when you're dead, you can't use any skills.
Oh, that's...
Even reactive.
Oh.
You were waiting for
that. That hurts.
You were waiting for that, Gil.
All right, so I kill the monster, and I gain 2 more shots. And so my turn is suspended. Oh, next one, it's a Crystal Rush as well. So everyone draws.
Even dead players do participate in events, right?
For events, dead players will participate.
Okay.
So. Oh.
Mercy.
This one, Mercy. So I'm gonna put this aside. Oh, okay.
Deals one all player with 50% or less health are dealt 2. So you die.
No, but it's active. It's still my turn.
Right, it's active.
Yeah, so I'm gonna end my turn, but before that, I'm gonna spend 3 shots.
Okay.
To upgrade my health.
Oh,
so that brings me up to 10.
Look at you. Then you get a wonder card.
10. Yeah, I get a wonder card. So let's see. Oops.
Oh, nasty. That wonder card could be that could be deciding aspect of the game here.
Right. So that's it. I'm done. I'm ending my turn now.
Monster takes their turn, doing 1 damage to all players, but it's going to do 2 to you, which drops you to 2. Right?
Oh. Right. Yes. It drops me to 1 actually. I think.
Players with
1 to all.
1 to all, 2 damage if players with 50% or less health. So it does 2 damage. Oh no, plus 2. So 3 damage. You're right. So you're down to 1.
Yikes. All right.
Yikes. My turn?
Your turn.
Now you finally revive.
Okay. So draw 2. put my max health in there. I'm going to apply. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now. You know what? Yeah, wisdom is. I'll max level that. No, let me think. Do I want to do the cost 1 on that? Okay. So I'll name, before I do anything else, I'll name the sword for you as the one that 2 less for the entirety of the round, or my round here. Pay 1. Let me find out where it is here. I'll just use that, the Triquasar. I'll pay 1 to activate Kuramasa. And then this, nope, not that. This hyperdrive.
Kormosata.
What is it?
Kormosata.
Kuramasa. So hyperdrive will give me one for every energy of the skill category, which I'm obviously using mythic. So I get a total of 5 energy to spend. I am going to, what is this thing? It's at 6 health.
Right. Yes.
Deals damage to its slayer equal to their missing health. Okay. No, equal to missing health.
Yeah, to the player's missing health. So it wouldn't do any damage to
It wouldn't do any damage to me with the death cry. So this does 1 damage to 2 enemies, marks them. It becomes 2 damage, gains 2 strike. All right. So I'll just use the brand, which drops this down to 3.
Right.
And you die. And it takes, this guy takes 1, 2. I get a shard for you. Which has, I get a card for doing that.
Yes.
That's now marked. I'll use the sword for free.
Right.
Doing 3 plus, or 2 plus 3, right? So 5.
Yeah, so that kills it.
No. Yeah, it's
maxed
maxed
out.
So 5.
No, he can use the shard when he gets the shard.
Yes.
So
he can use.
Yeah. So there's an
Yeah,
we draw another
wisdom.
card for
I
that.
actually draw 2 cards for that.
Oh, it's a card. Oops. All right.
Next monster.
Oops, wrong pile.
Oh, it's a doppelganger. Okay, this is a good one.
Okay, deals the same amount of damage as received to a player of the attacker's choice. So it doesn't matter, actually, right?
Yeah, right now it doesn't matter.
So I guess the first thing is, how much do I have left on that hyperdrive?
You have 2 left, I think. No, sorry, 3 left.
3 left. 3 left. So I'll use.
Sorry,
1.
Hold on. You used wisdom and brand, right?
I used wisdom and brand. So wisdom cost me 2.
Brand cost you 2 as well.
Brand cost me 2. Okay, so then I am at 1 on that hyperdrive. Yes?
Correct. That's correct.
Okay, so I will use. This is not free anymore. It only cost me 1 to activate the sword.
Right.
I'll just hit this thing for 2 with the sword.
Yes, for 2.
I'm going to spend
Did
these.
you draw
3.
a card as well?
I do. I'm going to spend these 3 shards for health.
All right.
1, 2, 3. Just put them aside, I guess.
Yeah, I can just put them into the bag.
Yeah. And so the sword cost me 1 that time. The hyperdrive is gone now.
Yes.
Oh, I had more because I used this to trigger the first.
Oh, right.
And you know what?
Okay,
Actually, don't worry about it. I just have one left. So I have 1 left. I will use the sword to do another. Am I doing how much? I'm just
You need
doing
2 for the sword now.
Yeah, I need 2 for the sword. So is there 1 in here? There it is. 1. Draw a card. And now I need
3 energy.
3 energy.
Yes.
And so 3 would be one of these, maybe. And we'll do this. 1.
And you draw. Oh yeah, there we go.
2.
Wow.
Now, does that
3.
include artifacts include an unknown? So it's not only part of this. So every time you play a card there, that's a little overpowering.
So 3 will trigger it, and it does another 2. 1, 2.
And you
Now
draw
I
a
need,
card.
and I draw a card, and then I need 4 now to trigger it. Yes.
Yes.
There's 2, 3, 4, and that kills it.
Yes.
So I gain 2 shards.
Oops. Sorry.
And a card. Yeah, basically 2 cards. And then this, I'm on hold, whatever you want to call it. Chaos Storm. If no player has 10 max or more, shuffle this back. You do have 10 max now, right? Or
Yeah,
do you count because you're dead? You count, right?
Yeah, I count.
Okay, so put this back. So you do. If you have it starting, skip the following effect. Starting from the active character, players take turns to choose 1 other living player to receive 2 damage. If 1 other player has more votes than others, they take 3 more. So total of 5. No shards are available upon death. So I'm guessing I take 5 damage. Is that that's kind of?
Yeah, because we are probably gonna vote for you.
Yeah.
You're the only person to vote for.
Yeah,
and you
so
can't vote for any of us. So yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got it. And then we have to go again here. Voidling, which is super easy to take out, but let me just. What am I up to? 5 on my sword now?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to spend 1 to bring my max health up 1. Give me one of these wonder cards.
Yep.
Okay. So I guess I'll just trigger the Sword of Ryu. So 5 I have to do, which is I have nothing left over from that last one. So let's just do 3, 5. Triggering the sword does 2 damage. I draw a card. 6. I need 6 now, so that's 2, 4, 6. Doing another 2 damage, destroying it. I get a shard. And that was from. Oh, and a card, yeah, and a card.
I have to say this combo is too overpowering. This card should be a different color from that class. Those 2 together are crazy.
So I am up to 7 cost on this now, right?
Yes.
Inactive does 1 damage, so it's going to do 1 damage to me. Every time I was killing things too, I should have been healing, and I'm healing for 2 on each of them. Each of my times I use that, so I used it twice. Which 1, 2, 1, 2. 7, right? let's do, that'll give me 5.
Which one did you use twice that you got healing
6,
twice?
7. This, every time I'm drawing a card, I'm also healing for 2 with the wisdom. And 7 will move this guy down. Is it 6 or that's 5? So
It's
1,
5.
2. Giving me another heal of 2. And another card. So that's down to, I'm up to 8 now for cost. I'll play a hybrid drive.
Could you do you know how to shuffle the round this deck, the round knowledge deck, back into the pile? Yeah. There we go.
What is the shuffle key?
Oh, yeah, got it.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'll do it. There's 8 there, which will do another 2 to this. Give me a card, heal me for 2, but I think I'm full. I'm gonna place these here. Let's see, and then I'm at 9 now to cast my sword. I'll just use this 2. Yeah, I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use the bow, which will kill it. So I get 2 more shards.
Yep.
Yeah. So 1, 2. I draw. You said how much damage did you do? 2 or 4?
4.
4. And then I get another card.
And then all players get 1 damage.
What is this? Is this the next one?
Oh no.
No, this is not next one. This is next one. Okay. So reckoning. Starting from the top.
Yes.
Set a realm of chaos for a legendary monster, and put it into play. It gains +3 max health.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna search for it real quick.
Yep.
Okay. So this is the next legendary.
Of course. So yeah, it's got to go to 13.
Yep. 13 health.
Let's see. So
he has an initiative ability to do 2 damage to all players, and he has True Strike.
1, 2.
Why did he go to 13?
Because that card for chaos one.
This one.
I see.
4, 6, 8. I can hit her once.
So we all don't get any.
Right, exactly. Hitting it would just soften it for the other guys. So let's just do.
You guys got 2 damage each?
Yeah, I'm using my shards to level this up 1. This moves up 1. I'll gain a power from this, but that's not really what I'm going for here. I'll gain power, but I'm going for the 2 heal here. 1, 2. How much power do I gain for that? 1, 2.
Yeah, 2 energy.
Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5. Heal 2. 6, 7, 8, 9 to deal damage to her.
Yep.
With my sword, which is going to be 2 damage, but I get to draw another card and I heal for another 2. Whew. Okay. That's my turn.
Let's see. 1, 2. That's 5. So here's like, I'm gonna put in here. Yeah, I don't need them. I'll take it.
I don't need him. I don't need him. He's like, I don't need him. I got victory.
So this is 6 right there.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Do what you're doing, Yellow.
So let me use 3 for this one first. I'm gonna use the Nether Hacks thing here, which will give 5 damage. It's at 11 right now.
Yeah, so it goes on 6.
Okay. Then I have 2 left here. So I put 3 more. And then I will use this here, which will give all enemies damage equal half of their current maximum 4. So you get 4 and whatever.
So I would take I take 4 damage.
Yeah, so this goes down to 3. And then I'll play. I have lots. Well, I just need 1 more. I can play this. I kill the monster. I get a shard and I win the game.
You don't.
Yes.
I play hallucination.
Oh,
the monster perishes. Its carcass transforms to that of a harmless sheep, offering its killer no rewards. Shuffle the monster back into the realm of chaos.
I'm just gonna shuffle it.
Sorry.
So what happened to that? So what happened to that card?
It goes back to the.
Yeah, it goes back into the.
You get nothing from it.
Yeah.
So I use all those, but I didn't kill the monster.
Yeah,
you killed it.
He didn't get anything.
It was a hallucination the whole time.
All right. Did you open the next card?
Yeah, not yet. I'm doing that now.
Kill. I'm so sorry.
Legendary as well. Yeah. Will, you did well because I'm gonna win it.
Wait.
Yeah, you don't get to turn this time around.
Oh no!
No, wait. Why do I?
Oh, I forgot. Yeah.
No. Wait. Let. Can I use my card to counter his card?
No. Okay. So for reaction skills, right? You can only be played against other skills. Wonders are uncounterable in that sense.
Yeah.
Right.
Yo. the wonders savage. They're absolutely, and I will say that the yellow combo now. I understand where Gil's coming from, but if Gil were working toward a balance, if he had all purple, would it be an equally savage like combo? Because I know green, your combo is pretty brutal right now, but mine seems to just keep going, especially with that ultimate.
No, because I use all my cards.
Yeah.
Because I didn't use it against him. I used to kill the monster. Yeah. Well, actually, he is a stun because of this card here. No, because I didn't use against him. Yeah, just to the end. So it's.
It would.
Yeah. So that means I give. I don't know how much is of. So it would be Will then. Yeah.
Well, that already hit me, but he would put me at.
So giving to 2 enemies doesn't count, like the new monster doesn't count as a new enemy?
It does. But you'd be doing 7 damage. You'd be doing 6 damage to it, making it super easy for me.
That's the last card I played.
Did you choose? Yeah. Did you choose?
So that is, I have 4 shards, which is with 6 damage. And discard a card from my hand. If either target has 50% or more remain, I lose. It doesn't give him damage. I lose a card from my hand.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do that to.
No, you've already used it. 2.
Right, but that's what I'm saying.
5,
Isn't that
6.
a new enemy? I can use against the enemy.
No, yeah, but you already.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep, that's correct.
Sure, let's do that.
Well, no. I'm at 1 damage. Go.
Say it again.
I'm at 1 damage after that. If you.
Oh yeah. Then forget it. No, there's no. Yeah, that's fine. I'm done
actually,
then.
Sorry.
But I can use a card once I'm.
He has to wait till his next turn to use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but it's fine. The monster's turn takes place after Gil's turn.
That's
so
true.
The monster will be killing Will.
It will.
Yep. Yeah.
All right, so it's Dave's turn.
Yeah, do that before you end your turn.
Yeah, you should probably upgrade your health or something. Or yeah.
Nobody's gonna kill me, so let's see what this will increase. Yeah, let's see. I'll put it right in here. All right, so that I don't have that yet.
All right, so now it's my turn. I'm still dead, so I'm just going to draw 2 cards.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have more than 8 cards on hand. No, sorry. I have 7 cards and 1 wonder card, so
yep.
I'm at my limit. So now it's a monster's turn. He draws a card and deals damage based off the energy value of the card. So that's 2 damage to all.
Mm-hmm.
So that kills Will. And yeah, now it's back to
you don't have to be so excited about it. I mean,
so all right. Do I need to do all that again? Can I just put the cards out? Do you have anything?
Well, I have to draw my 2 cards.
So I have to see if he has anything that he can do against me.
I can't take any actions. So go ahead, Gil.
Yeah.
All right. So I just put those out, and it's a copy of what happened before.
Yep.
Actually, I don't even use all those points. They can't because they're dead.
Not anymore. Yeah. Yeah. Even if we could, we can't do so because we're dead.
There you go.
So Gil wins it.
Yeah. Well done. See, even though Will's combo is the most powerful among us, it still comes down to a turn order and how you.
Right. I set it up for his victory, basically.
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah, but I mean,
how many enemies did I have to go through just before the legendary came out?
Yeah, that was pretty unlucky.
Yeah, but see, he was unlucky that we draw all those cards. If we had drawn another monster, yeah.
But that's the thing. Like, I mean, I was fishing for a legendary because legendary came up on the last one, and just before I used my ability to mark. Because if I had the ability to mark every turn or every time I was doing my combos, then like I'd burn right through monsters. But because I had to actually use this 2 damage and chip away at like the smaller monsters, I got, it hurt me like right at the end because that legendary came up right at the end, right in time for you. And then I had to like scratch and really crawl to get my health back up, so that I could survive, and it still didn't work out. Like how much, look at how much I did in my turn to get my health and prep for your turn, and then between your combo you did, halving my health, then hitting me for another 6, put me down to 1, monster killed me, set you up for the victory right after. So that's pretty crazy planning involved with late game. So we talked a lot about the game throughout playing tonight. This is a full game. I'm not going to dwell like on the impressions the entire time. David, I want to really again thank you for joining us tonight. We all wish you from Geek Spiel and from my channel Happy Fun Time Live. We wish you the best luck. With the remainder of your campaign. I think it's gonna be fine. And especially, I wish you a lot of luck in a follow up, because that's when the real challenge begins, right? Once the elation of the Kickstarter fades. You have to actually make the game.
and thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
Here, man. It's really fun.
Well, you went from 46 something to 47 and a half already just in the last 2 hours. So it's doing well.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's like, well, okay.
It is pretty stressful.
But it's really exciting. And again, thanks for being a part of our show.
Thanks for having me here.
Yeah. Again, we do this every Wednesday. We do interviews, so please spread the word. Let anyone else that you speak to know that we're here, and great outlet to get the word out for more backers. I think that's it. Gil, I'm sorry to keep you up so late. I appreciate you staying up for this episode. And we'll see you guys later. Please. Everybody who's watching, join the Discord channel. There's an awesome giveaway going on right now for Game of Thrones board game. And Gil, do you want to give a little blurb about that before we sign off for the night? How it works? Okay.
Yeah,
Discord, ask about it.
I think the secret is just join our Discord channel so you can get into the conversation and see all the information there. So you need to be part of that to be part of the. So. It's our way to get you in.
That's right.
Once you're in, you will never leave.
One of us. All right, guys. That's a great way to sign out. Good night.